All right, good evening again, baseball fans, and welcome. This is Beatles Eternally on 7 February 2023. And, just 5 days away from, that other game's so-called championship in which everybody talks about the commercials. But then that week, pitchers and catchers report, and even with all the crazy rules with the upcoming season, this is going to be, it's baseball. It is baseball. So every year on Super Bowl, during the Stupor Bowl, don't want the Not Fun League to sue me, although what are they going to win? I do something baseball related. And so before I had my channel, I'd play some baseball games, or maybe I'd pick a year and just grab a big old fat baseball book and read some baseball, or maybe somebody's biography or something like that, or it was always something baseball related. Maybe it was a movie, I'd watch like The Natural and Field of Dreams or something like that. But starting in 2019, Cousin Ken Castro has been sort of instrumental in picking the projects that we do on that accursed night. So I remember in 2019, the very first time, again, I'm being redundant, but that's right, I'm tired. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Big Clue. There's nothing running back here. Anyhow, so yeah, bad day at work. So I'm kind of doing this just to forget about work. Anyhow, the other thing you might hear is a heater in the background. Not sure. So Cousin Ken had asked for a game on baseball for Windows. It was a 1915 Federal League game, Chicago and Pittsburgh, and then the nightcap on Out of the Park baseball. At that time, it would have been Out of the Park 19. Still, I guess, whatever. The famous game between the 7-8 Red Sox and the Yankees. And then we skipped 2020, and then I think we did 2020 and 22. Anyhow, so for this year, Ken thought about 2 World Series. So what we did last night in our broadcast is we had we did a vote. We put up 4 World Series, and 2 of them won. So 1935 and 1929. So what I thought I would do tonight is get them set up, auto-play the games. We're not going to do the entire World Series, obviously, but we'll play it up to where each, a pivotal game, what have you. So yes, Big Clue to me is definitely Unhallowed Eve. But then the following day, Monday, Tuesday, whenever pitchers, catchers report, it'll be a great week. So that's what we're going to do, and I guess it'll serve as sort of a tutorial. Although most people who own Out of the Park baseball should already know how to do this. This is really, really, really simple. But that being said, let's do this. Of course, to me, the most powerful module in this game, if you want to get close to Action PC, of course, is the custom game, but we're not going to do that. We could set up a World Series in there, but there's an easy way to do it, and it's the Historical Exhibition. So you can do a series or a tournament. There's really a lot you can do with this. So let's get to the screen, and we're going to set up our 2 World Series, and then we're going to autoplay tonight. We'll just autoplay them out, but by finishing today, there's really not an autoplay feature. The Cubs and Bears. Sorry to show your disdain for that other game. Well, enjoy it. No, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. That is all good. Yeah, it's not just disdain, the Cubs and Bears. However, it goes far beyond that. But no, this is certainly not to pull people. What am I going to do? Dumb little YouTube channel. I'm not going to pull anything away from that. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah. I've made it. I feel that it is that night. I think it's vastly overrated. I don't understand a game that decides its championship in one game, whereas other more physically demanding games and what have you, do it over a series of games. I mean, and there was even a I'm trying to be nice for World's Worst Gamer. There was even a movie, that other game, called Any Given Sunday, and I know that one of the things that's said in that other game is that any given Sunday, and I think that holds true for every sport, on any given game, the worst team can beat the best team. But I don't know. I think it's just all about that. I've noticed that whether it's baseball, basketball, or hockey, after the championships of that game, people talk about the games after the Stupor Bowl. It's really more about the commercials, and it's about the hype, and what was it, the big deflate gate and whatever, and certainly, and we had the Astros doing their thing in 2017, and my God, cheating's been around in baseball forever. There's evidence that the 1951 Giants were stealing signs from the Dodgers. I don't know, but again, it's watch what you love. Watch what you love. And that's cool. I think it's great that people don't share my loathing for that game. It's all good. We all have things that we love, and I think that's what makes it fun. So, yeah, definitely enjoy it, the Cubs and Bears. I would not dissuade anybody from it. At all. Alright, so the first World Series that we are going to set up is going to be the first. So the nightcap's going to be 1929. So we're going to start with 1935. So it's really nice. You just go down here. But I said this would be sort of a tutorial. So if you want to do a tournament in out-of-the-park baseball, you can have 70 teams in the tournament. It will auto-seed for you, or you can manually seed everything if you want. Also, within this module, you can just pick any two teams to play against one another. There's maybe down the line we might do somebody had suggested, I think it was Big Clue, a hypothetical 1954 Giants-Yankees World Series. So I guess pretending that Cleveland didn't make it. So you can do that. But the simplest way to do the World Series is right here. Select a World Series. Out-of-the-park baseball very nicely breaks down baseball into eras. So we're going to go to Baseball's Rebirth. And we'll go to 1935 first. And as soon as I select that, there we go. It's actually ready to go. But now you can do all kinds of things with this. So you can set the series length to whatever you want, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 games. You can do that because the World Series for a while was a best of 9. The best of 7, I'm not exactly sure. I used to know what year that was finally set in stone, the best of 7. But the earlier World Series, certainly best of 9. The very first one was a best of 9 that Boston won 5-3 over the Pirates in 1903. So, but these two are going to be 7-game World Series, but we're not going to do all 7. Do we want to? You can change the series mode. Maybe you want 3 home, 1 home. You can play it all at home. You can do all kinds of stuff. So it lets you really do a what if you want. Do you want to turn on the DH for back in the 1930s? You can do it. You can change the game era and strategies to a default modern era or as they were in 1935. Active roster limit, you can go all the way up to 40 players if you want. Injuries enabled, disabled. But this is actually ready to go. We could flip the teams if we wanted. We could also play this World Series in a different era, so it'd be the 1935 World Series, but we could play it during the power years. We could play it as dead ball. We could set this to a specific, each team could play in different eras. Each team can play in different years. So a lot of what if really going on here, but we're just going to leave it as its default. Then what you do up here is create exhibition. And also, if you have this game, it's easier to do this on Steam. I highly recommend that when you get it, that you download the. It's a ballpark mod, but it's also for logos. It says every ballpark from 1901 to the present, and with specific logos for the teams, each team that year. So it's a nice mod done by members of the community, and it's a nice addition to the 30 ballparks. They're beautiful ballparks that come with Out of the Park Baseball. Hopefully they will make, Out of the Park Baseball will make the ballpark builder a bit more robust. I'd like to see it actually done. I think it can do some amazing things. So here you can switch up lineups wherever you want, or rosters. And we can see here's Chicago, here's Detroit. And then, of course, if you want to mess with lineups, I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm not an as-played guy. Don't really care about that. So, and then once you hit play ball, you're ready to go. So I can simulate each one, but we're not going to do that just yet. So 1935 is ready to go. So what we're going to do is return to the Out of the Park main screen. And Out of the Park Developments did something that's really nice. Before, when you wanted to change the name of a league, you would have to load another league, then cancel it, and then go back and change the name. Now you don't have to. When you look for anything called Historical Exhibition, just look at the year. I know this is the 1935 World Series. Select it, rename it. So super simple. Again, I'm guessing that most people know this, but for the few who don't, or who have never messed with this, or who only play like series replays, things like this, there's a lot more to this game. So that one's done. Alright, so now we're going to cancel, and we're going to do the same thing for 1929. We'll go to Historical Exhibition, and this time we're going to go to the 1929 World Series, and that one is going to be our nightcap because in our Ned McGreevy League, our Ned McGreevy All-Stars will be facing these 1929 A's. So we're going to create exhibition once again. I really love this feature. It's so cool. Once again, we can look at the rosters, everything looking good there. Look at the lineups. And again, good stuff. And we can, of course, you can switch the teams up here from the Cubs to the Athletics, and there we go. Sets up your rotation, everything for it. Once you're happy with all that, if there's anything you want to change, you can move players up and down the lineups, anything you want to do. Click play ball. It's ready to rock. It's done. So then we turn to the Out of the Park main screen. Load game. And now we're going to look for Historical Exhibition 1929. Select it, rename it, and both World Series are ready to go. And then what we're going to do is simulate games up to a pivotal game, and that's what we'll play on Stupor Bowl Sunday. That is what we're going to do. 1912 World Series is done, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. What's also important too for this exhibition game, now it's never going to create, so this logo is always going to be like this for the exhibition league, whatever. But down here, this is important to make sure you have this checked, or make sure it's default checked, to run a full check for correct logos, jerseys, and caps after loading the league. So that way everything looks good. I do have another mod here, uniform mod. I've never installed it yet, but might try it sometime. That's it. So we can cancel, and we can do whatever else we want to do in Out of the Park Baseball. I want to do another tutorial again on the custom game because this is really deep. This is kind of like having Action PC Baseball inside Out of the Park Baseball. The only difference is it's not as easy to do things in Out of the Park Baseball. In other words, like bringing in teams, drafting teams. If we would try the Ned McGreevy League in this thing, it would be super difficult, and there's no analog to the baseball history collection. So you would actually have to go through Out of the Park 23 and kind of subjectively decide what is a player's best season, whereas the baseball historical collection takes that peak slice of a player's career and kind of puts them together, so you don't have to make those types of decisions. Do I think it would be fun? Yes. By the way, another quick fix for those of you wondering how to do this. So, as of this version of Out of the Park Baseball 23, the Cleveland Baseball Club insisted not only on the name Guardians for the present team, but every team in the past. So all Indians teams, or all Cleveland teams in here, except when you go back to the Naps, when that name Indians appears, they're called the Guardians. If you want the Indians, right, just try to keep your earlier version of Out of the Park Baseball. I have a bunch of versions. Create the league and move it forward, and you can actually have the Cleveland Indians and Out of the Park 23 and onward. So always try to keep one of your earlier editions if you want that. Okay? So good. This is it's really a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of talk here about a lot of stuff on Steve Tate's great work on the Negro Leagues project. He and Big Clue, have to give credit where it's due, took sort of a dream that MV and I had, and thanks to Big Clue giving Steve some amazing resources and Steve's just crazy hard work, we're going to have so much more than just Negro Leagues. In fact, we're hoping here for Black History Month to do an East-West All-Star Game. We're going to play it in Comiskey Park, just as it was. It was called the East-West All-Star Game, and Major League Baseball taking that idea from the Negro Leagues. Arch Ward. So Arch Ward says Arch Ward invented the All-Star Game. That's not exactly true. And then in the All-Star Game in the Negro Leagues was the big event, not their World Series. So that's going to be sometime this month for Black History Month, a celebration of the best of these players. Then it will grow into a draft league where we'll have 10 teams, or 10 teams set up. We can use historical names, wherever you guys want to use. Hopefully we can find 10 managers. I don't want to be involved in this one because I can't manage my own team unless we do part of it on Steve's channel. We get 10 people, draft players, and play it out. It'll be fun. The final ultimate thing, and Steve's working hard on this, that will be way down the line, will be integrating the Negro League teams into a true all-time great franchise. Not so much with the teams, but maybe peppering. I don't know how he's going to do it, whether he wants to put players onto existing franchises or their own all-time great teams. The nice thing about Action PC Baseball is even if Steve structures it one way, you can structure it another. And I really can't thank him and Big Clue enough for what they've done, because MV and I, scratching our heads again, Out of the Park Baseball does have every Negro League season. Problem with the Negro Leagues is these guys weren't playing full schedules. As you know, teams dropped out. There was a lot of sort of barnstorming, what have you. But in Action PC Baseball, Dave Cook is awesome, love him, but he starts these tantalizing things and never finishes them. He's only ever done 2 All-Star games, and there's 8 Negro League seasons. Now, if you're like Steve, you're like me, and you have all the seasons, you can create your own All-Star game. Negro League's a little bit more difficult, but Steve Tate's actually kind of not recreating all those other seasons, because he's not going to create something that Dave Cook sells, but he's creating something that's even better, I think. So really looking forward to it. Big Clue says that Steve said he had 150 players today. That's awesome. That is so awesome. So we're talking 4, 5, 6 teams. 6 teams already. That's amazing. Cubs of Bears says, Beatles, I did a similar project to this Out of the Park 21. Replayed all World Series as played from 1903 until about 1940. As a bonus, he played 1904 What If Giants versus A's. Nice. Clee baseball fan in here. Good evening, everyone. He says, doing his nightly compiling of stats for batters for his 2007 Indians replay. We mostly could be looking tonight. No worries, Tim. Always looking forward to what you do. The Cubs of Bears saying, great idea. My suggestion is 1906 replay. Cubs versus, the White Sox and the Cubs, right? The hitless wonders winning that one. Game, same rules apply. No DH, a 2-3-2 format, etc. Excellent. Yeah, that was a great World Series. So, yeah, Big Clue saying about Steve Tate, that man does not want to spend time with his family. I was at work earlier, but I saw that Steven made an announcement in our Discord that he was going live, so apparently there was some live chat going on. Just doing amazing stuff. One big project I want to do someday, someday, is kind of like this huge sort of tournament type thing. I mean, it's going to be a World Series tournament, and it's going to be a little bit weird in the fact that, like, not that we'll play out an entire World Series because that would take forever. Although, well, yeah, it would take a while. Well, let me see. So many World Series have we had? So it would actually be shorter than a season, but the idea is the winner of the World Series, let's say you would start with 1903. So we know Boston won it, so we'll just use Boston as an example. So Boston wins, then Boston will then go on, right? And so we're going to have the Boston will play the historic winner of that World Series, and from that time, right, we just move forward. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to kind of move through baseball history to see what teams kind of put together a World Series streak, but I'm not sure how I want to do that, but that's way down the line. It's just, I want to try to keep a balance between Action PC and Out of the Park baseball. And baseball for Windows is just, for fun, days that I'm off and just feel like listening to baseball. Alright, so we have enough player in here. So he says Steve's talking 20 teams now and 400 players as a target. Holy moly. Wow, says Big Clue. I had no idea because we talked originally that it was going to be 10 teams because I thought that would be like just a crap ton of work. Steve's just knocking them out. But still, we don't want to hurry him, so the larger Negro League project won't be until a bit later in the year. I'm guessing, though, at the pace Steve's going, maybe April, May. I think that would be awesome. And I love your idea there to Cubs and Bears, doing replayed all the World Series as played. A lot of research there to do it as played. Just asking you to Cubs and Bears, did you do it in Out of the Park 23? Because I know you're a big fan of this game. So just curious. Because, again, just the way this sets up with historical exhibitions, super simple. By the way, for those of you, I get a lot of people wondering about mods and stuff for Out of the Park 23. So for Steam gamers, like myself and like some of you out there, usually when you go to the workshop and you subscribe to something, it automatically downloads it into your game. So a game that comes to mind is Stellaris, which is a brilliant, beautiful, big 4X kind of grand strategy game. Massive galaxies, gorgeous, gorgeous game, tons of mods, and so much DLC. Paradox, if a game is a Paradox game, you can bet the bank that you're going to have lots of that stuff. Out of Park Baseball is a little bit different. So you subscribe on Steam, but then you have to go to Workshop Central, and that's down here. If you bought this on Steam, click on Workshop Central, and then it's going to load this data, and it's going to show you what you subscribe to. And each one that you select here, it will say that it's downloaded. But if it's not, if you don't have it downloaded, it will say download and install, and then you just do it. So that's where a lot of people say, I downloaded the Stadium mod and it doesn't work, because you in Out of the Park Baseball, you have to do a separate step. If you bought this directly from the developers, it's a little bit different. Then you're not going to have this down here, obviously, on the Steam version, but you can you just manually install everything. It just takes a bit more finessing, or whatever. Okay, so but you did use Out of the Park Baseball. That's cool. So the Cubs and Bears answered my question with his big World Series project that he did. He used an earlier edition. Not sure if it was Out of the Park 21 or 22. But the Cubs and Bears is a big fan of this game, and so am I. I think this one in Action PC, again, complement one another. And I think if you can afford 2 baseball sims, and I know Steve and I have talked about this a lot, if you can afford only 2 digital baseball sims, at least in my opinion, these are the 2 you should get. I know a lot of people try to make a case for PC Replay Baseball, Diamond Mind. Robbie will make the case for Baseball for Windows, what have you. But I think in terms of just what you can do, these 2 are really baseball playgrounds. This one a bit more because it's more bang for the buck. It's more bang for the buck. You get it all in this game. Action PC, you're going to spend money, but you're spending money on a fantastic product. And you can do what I do, buy seasons and all the kind of stuff over the years. But with Out of the Park 23, you got it all, which is nice. It's a little bit more opaque than Action PC. So that being said, we have 6 people in here. So let's go ahead and simulate and look at box scores, and let's get set up for Sunday. The 2 World Series are set up right now. Tecumseh the Bear says, Beatles as a point of reference, he went over 1,000 hours on Out of the Park 23 today. Oh my God. And earlier editions at least had 800 hours each. You are a fan, my friend. Exactly. Wow. So you've got me beat. I average probably 200 hours per edition. So congratulations, and what a great game it is. It is worthy of 1,000 hours of play. Big Clue said, oh, not just what you can do, but these 2 are the best all about. Yep, name a cheaper season price than Action PC. Yeah, and you're right, Big Clue. I do need to say that. So for folks that would say, and I'm not knocking it, but for folks that would say, well, PC Replay Baseball, yeah, but look at the season prices, right? They rarely have a sale. And I'm not trying to sound like some cheap bastard here or something, but what does PC Replay Baseball bring to the table that Action PC can't do, and in my estimation would do better? Seasons are expensive. Dave Cook has so many sales. The guy has crazy good customer support. So while you might, at the end of it, be spending a lot more money, you're getting still great value for your money getting Action PC. So you start out, you buy the game, you buy one version of the game, you get like baseball's top 20 great teams. He throws in a couple, like throws in a season or 2, something like that, the worst teams. You pick up the Baseball History Collection, or if you don't feel like plumping down that, get baseball's top 160 teams. Start there. And you already have so much baseball you can play doing that. Then add in the Baseball History Collection. Now you've gone to another magnitude, and yes, as you guys know, there are infinities larger than other infinities. And then just start buying seasons. I'm a completionist, what Kurt Berglund he refers to, and though Kurt doesn't know me, he talks about that internet guy that has to have every season. Well, I proudly say I am that internet guy. And so that's one of the things that I love about this game. And with Action PC, I started playing it in 2017, and I've been buying seasons up to last year. So it took me 5 years, but I did it. I could have bought the Baseball Complete if I wanted to, but I was having more fun just buying seasons a little bit at a time. And now, just waiting for him to, put the All-Star games out, which would be really fun because I can't really be arsed to do them. And I have all those in Diamond Mine Baseball too, so. Anyhow, Big Clue saying, I am that hero. The Cubs Bear says, I retired, so most of my playing is 3 to 6 a.m. daily and maybe a few hours in the afternoon. You earned it, my friend, and I think it's wonderful putting 1,000 hours into Out of the Park Baseball. It is brilliant. The Cubs and Bears also says, sleep is overrated, not to be dramatic, but I'm facing major health issues now, and I want to enjoy the time I have left. My friend, I hope God grants you many, many, many years. I know you've spoken about these health issues before, and yeah, enjoy it. You love this game, enjoy it. enjoy it, and all those things, and you'll be watching that game from that other sport Sunday night. Enjoy it, my friend. I don't ever mean when I'm knocking that other game, I'm not knocking the people who love it. So never ever think that, guys. I really that was never my intention, and I hope that people don't think that I can't stand people that like that other game. Well, that would be stupid. All right. So that being said, now let's go into it. It'd be. I know Dave Cook would probably not in his best interest, but there's one other sort of text-based, because this really is at its heart still a text-based baseball sim. There's only one other really on Steam, and that's Digital Diamond Baseball, which is probably going to be pretty good this year because they're integrating Status Pro Baseball into it. But I've often thought, how well would Action PC Baseball do on Steam? The only problem is the DLC thing. Offering every season as a DLC, I don't know. But I'm sure Dave Cook probably doesn't even want to mess with the politics of Steam, and frankly, I don't blame him. I think it was a smart move for Out of the Park Baseball to do it, though. So, yeah, right, Big Clue? He said, Big Clue saying here, he said, if I were Dave Cook, I'd be paying Steve to do some files for me. Those 5-year franchise files, Big Clue, seriously, my friend, I would pay as much for those, and I would still be underpaying, believe me, as for the baseball history collection. I really would. That thing is probably 2/3 the size of the baseball history collection. But here's how cool Dave Cook is. Dave's like, he's fine with people doing their thing, right? Sorry to pick on it, but Strat doesn't. For Strat to do this, you can get their career history disc, and it is like the career totals for the players. But when you want to create your own season, you have to use weird naming conventions and stuff like that, and they don't allow you into it. APBA, if you have an earlier version of APBA Baseball for Windows, you can do what the hell you want. So hopefully Strat, I would like to play that game again. But yeah, to your point, I really believe that if you would pay Steve to do, all right, we're going to put these 5-year franchise files, I want to sell them, they're amazing. He should. I would definitely do it, man. I would definitely do it. Hey, Aaron, good to see you. Yes. Oh my God. I mean, and so Dave Cook, right? So he has the massive database. He's using baseball stats, but what Steve's doing, every single player is carded by Steve using a ton of resources. So he's not drawing from the huge database that Dave Cook has. Oh my God. Yeah, I would definitely. You know what? Big Clue, I'll go this far and say, and Steve has been so kind to give us these, 180 some teams now in this 5-year franchise file. If Dave Cook put those things up for sale tomorrow, I'd buy them. Even though I have them, I would buy them. Just like, even though I have every season in this game, I'm going to buy Baseball Complete, which, again, different than the Baseball History Collection. I'll buy Baseball Complete just to support Dave Cook, brilliant developer. And yeah, I would buy Steve Tate's 5-year franchise files. That being said, I am going to be working on a baseball website, because I'm working on a website for my girlfriend right now for her business, and I'm going to start the baseball website for making some files for you guys to download, a place for you guys to hang out, chat. It'll be an adjunct to the Discord, and we're also going to put a PayPal donate up there for Steve Tate. Because he says it's a labor of love and therapy for him, but the man needs some dollars. So do look for that coming up sometime this year during the baseball season. I know you guys are, even if it's $5 here and there, whatever, just to give Steve something, a little bit of a thank you. Maybe he can take his wife out to dinner or something at least, right? All right. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Big Clue says he's in. Yeah, we're going to do the PayPal donate. It is what it is. My Heresy website. That's not going to be a while, but if anybody's interested in the new YouTube channel that I'm creating, it's going to be, there's not going to be any baseball on that. Let me know. It's going to be a potpourri of damn near everything. Some night we might be talking, some astrophysics. Another night, sound synthesis. Another night, politics. When I get enough mods. Politics, religion, almost everything will go on that channel. Sometimes it's going to be music theory, history, gaming, of course, but not baseball. The Beatles Eternally channel will remain pretty much a baseball-focused channel now from here on in. So, anybody's interested, I'll let you know. And if you're not, maybe you'll discover me out there on YouTube, because I want to try to see what I can do with it. There's going to be streams that are just ambient music, tapping into that huge market in YouTube. People looking for music to which they can meditate. Well, I write ambient music. That's one of the things I write. I write Celtic music, stuff like that. And with that, it's really astounding. So part of wanting to do that channel is being able to branch out, trying to keep this one pure. And if I can make a few bucks, a little side hustle from YouTube by expanding, I will. I've hit critical mass in this channel, especially because I'm very, I keep it very niche. It's older baseball, and I'm also honest. I know my limitations. When you've got broadcasters, guys with real good broadcasting voices out there, like Christopher Slovic, our Red Sox fan, Dave Little, Ron Chuckett, RJO Network with his very, very unique way of doing cards and dice baseball, I have reached critical mass with what I can do. And so I just want to go off and do something fun, but there will always be baseball on this channel, faithfully. By Steve Coffee, absolutely right. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, so right. So yeah, thanks, Big Clue, pal. He says, "Oh, don't sell yourself short. That's our job." Believe me, I know. I get it. I get it, man. Because right now there's 7 viewers and 2 likes. I totally get it. Anyhow. Yeah, that will be the one thing. If you guys discover that channel, there will be that will be the taboo subject. Will be no wife for Robbie Wartburg on that channel. We can leave that in here. All right, let's do this. Let's start with 1935, and again, we're not going to play them, except we're just going to do the play up to a pivotal game. So here we go. Because realistically, guys, if I would try to do this as playing out these World Series over a number of weeks, they'll never get done. This 1921 series, still not done, and the 1909 series, not done. And I'm playing them out. I might do a game 1921 tonight, but we'll see. All right. So what we're going to do is simulate. So this is game 1 today in Detroit, Lon Warnke versus Schoolboy Rowe. Simulate it. And Chicago defeats Detroit 4-3. Let's look at the box score. Also, you can look at the game log box score wherever you want. Let's look at the box real quick. When the game really matters, the Chicago Cubs put on their best show, beating the Tigers by a final score of 4-3. Lon Warnke threw 10 innings of 9-hit ball. Chicago now leads Detroit 1-0 in the best-of-7 affair. Billy Jurgis, the 3-time All-Star, had a direct impact on the outcome. Jurgis contributed a run-scoring sacrifice fly in the top of the 10th inning. This would have been a fun game to broadcast, damn it, to put Chicago up 4-3. All right, so that's done. So if we go back to play ball, we can look at that game log, and just like in Action PC Baseball, this is the same thing, right? The situational thing. It's right there, all the way down, and you can see the whole game situationally, pitch by pitch, by the way. So really, really nice. All right. So let's go back to play ball. And again, at any time, you can switch up rosters, lineups, anything that you want. Get back to play ball. Then we're going to finish today. So game 1 is out of the way. The Cubs leading the series 1-0. All right. Now game 2. This is going to be Charlie Root and Tommy Bridges. Let's simulate it. And the Cubs now leading the series 2-0. So Root beats Bridges. Again, we'll look at our box score. Writing the two-hit performance of third baseman Stan Hack, the 1935 Cubs got a road win against the Tigers, 4-1 in Game 2 of the World Series today. Hack went 2 for 3 with a home run and a walk, scored 3 times for the Cubs, who now lead the best of 7 series 2-0. The Cubs took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 4th inning, facing Detroit 1935 pitcher Tommy Bridges with no out. Hack hit a solo home run. So pretty cool. Go back to play ball. Not really any need in looking at the game log, but you can see so much here is clickable. We will finish today, and now it simulates a travel day, and then we go here. So now we got to start watching here. Is Chicago going to go? If Chicago wins this, we stop, and we will have Game 4 on Stupor Bowl Sunday. Nope. So it's 2-1. So Detroit wins this one 5-2. Let's look at our box score, our recap. Behind a bravura effort from starter Vic Sorrell, the Tigers topped the Cubs by a score of 5-2 today and got the first win in the 1935 World Series. Sorrell threw 9 innings of 2-hit ball for the Tigers. The win narrows the Detroit deficit to 2-1. So he allowed 2 runs on 2 hits over 9 innings. So back to play ball. Finish today. Simulate. So it's Chicago over Detroit 2-1. Now here's where we stop, because the World Series could end with Game 5. So Chicago defeats Detroit 6-5. These are damn good games. Almost there. Chicago Cubs defeated the Tigers 6-5 in Game 4 of the World Series today. A big contributor was third baseman Stan Hack, who went 1 for 2 with a double and 2 walks. He scored 2 runs and drove in 2. The win moved Chicago into a 3-1 lead in the series. Hack had a consequential at-bat in the bottom of the 3rd for the Cubs, coming up with runners in 1st and 3rd. And Chicago trailing 3-2, he had a 2-run double. So we'll go back to play ball, and we finish today, and this is ready to go. Because this, now if it doesn't end and Detroit does come back, then guess what? Then I'll have a little mini project. But Chicago could win it on Stupor Bowl Sunday. So we're going to return to the main screen, and we're going to do the same with 1929. And here we go. So it's going to be a doubleheader. It'll be fun. So we will actually play the remaining games. All right, Game 1 in Philadelphia. It's going to be Pat Malone for the Cubs and Lefty Grove for the Athletics. And here we go. Let's simulate it. Philadelphia defeats Chicago. Handily too. 6-1. Box score and recap. Athletics started the World Series in style today, downing the Cubs at Shibe Park by a score of 6-1 to stake an early 1-0 lead in the best of 7 series. Athletics left-hander Lefty Grove threw 9 innings of 5-hit ball. Grove tossed 96 pitches over 9 innings to clinch the win for the Athletics. The left-hander allowed just 5 hits while racking up 9 strikeouts in the game. Go back to play ball. Finish today. Simulate. Now we have Charlie Root versus George Earnshaw. Simulate. Chicago defeats the Athletics 4-3. So series tied at 1. Good stuff. Box score behind a bravura effort from starter Charlie Root. The Cubs topped the Athletics by a score of 4-3 today and got the first win in the series. Root went 9 innings, 5-hit ball for the Cubs. So they are tied. The game is all tied in the top of the 9th until Charlie Root delivered big time for Chicago, stroking a dramatic 2-run single off Rube Wahlberg. The game-changing hit put the Cubs on top 4-2. Back to play ball and finish today and the travel day. And we go to Game 3. This is Jack Quinn and Sheriff Blake simulating. Athletics now leading the series 2-1 in 1929. Box score. Philadelphia Athletics hold an early advantage in the World Series thanks to the old man of the franchise, Jack Quinn. Quinn, 46, was in control at Wrigley Field today, leading the Athletics to victory 4-3 over the Cubs in Game 3. Quinn threw 10 innings, allowing 3 runs. Philadelphia now holds a 2-games-to-1 edge in the best-of-7 series. The Athletics needed the clutch hitting of Mickey Cochran to notch the win. The catcher hammered a home run in the top of the 10th inning. Damn it, this would have been fun to do. To put the Athletics on top 4-3 for the game, Cochran had 1 home run and 2 singles in 5 at-bats. Let's go back to play ball. Philadelphia leading the series. We will finish today. So 2-1. What happens now? And now this is where we stop because the Athletics are leading 3-1. And they won this game 6-3. Look at the box score. So right-handed Howard Emke turned in a stellar performance in Game 4 of the World Series today, pitching a 10-inning complete game shutout to lead the Athletics to a victory. He allowed 10 hits and struck out 3. This gave Philadelphia a 3-1 lead over the Cubs in the best-of-7. Al Simmons, the 27-year-old left fielder, had a direct impact on the outcome. Simmons contributed a run-scoring sacrifice fly in the top of the 10th inning to put Philadelphia up 4-3. So that's it. So we'll go back to play ball. We'll finish today, and now both series are ready to go. So just go to the Out of the Park main screen so that nothing bad can happen. That's it. Cousin Ken Castro in here. Yes, he did. Charlie Root said he would have stuck it in Root's ear. So, of course, right, Charlie Root's not going to admit to giving up the Root's called shot in the 1932 series. How about it? All right. So, Cousin Ken, both the World Series are at pivotal games for Sunday nights. So, that's 1935 will be the first game, and then 1929, the nightcap. Since we want to get a look at those 1929 A's, as our Ned McGreevy All-Stars will be facing the 1929 Athletics. So that's pretty much it, guys. We could do a game if we want. Oh, when I was setting up, why did I do all those caps there? I don't know. I was having a flash forward. There we go. Nice. Save. Big Clue says Ken Castro is the worst you can offer an opinion. Does winningest mean most wins, or does it mean highest winning percentage? Ooh, big question. Another nice thing, which I would like to see Action PC, right? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I love the game recaps that Out of the Park Baseball does, even though there's sometimes a few errors here and there. But what's really cool is you can edit the game recap, which is cool. So you can write in your own stuff, which is neat. Love it. Ken Castro said Red Smith wrote a great tribute to Emke entitled The Old Man's October Moment in the Sun. Never forgot that piece. Nice. The Old Man's October Moment in the Sun. That is so cool. Ken Castro saying, damn fingers, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Well, we can do a game, or we can just call this a broadcast, guys. Whatever you guys are into. Doesn't matter. I'm all up for doing whatever. We have 1909. Our 1909 World Series replay, the Pirates are facing elimination against the Tigers. I also haven't, for some reason, offline was doing the 1965 or 66 World Series. So there's that. There's Ned McGreevy. There's our Heretic League, and that. We could do an all-star game in Diamond Mine Baseball. Whatever. Okay, so Cousin Ken's tired. So, Cousin Ken may be watching a lot of Robbie Wartburg Federal League madness last night. Cousin Ken checking in with the Cubs and Bears, asking if he's doing all right. Oh, we also have the 1921 World Series, too, that I've never finished yet. Old Man's Moment. Old Man's, we'll let that comment There, go. From the Cubs to Bears. All right. I could be lazy and do a baseball for Windows game, of course, too. Or old-time baseball, one of those two. Anyhow. So, Cousin Ken says most wins clue. Big Clue says let it go, let it go. Does that mean just stop streaming? Okay, we can do that then. Alright, this is like the shortest stream in a long, long time. Cousin Ken says play something. I could fire up a piano and play. Actually did that early for the female particle friend. Man's got to do what he's got to do, right? Anyhow. Somebody actually tried to call me at 8:34. Who the hell tried to call me? That's weird. I don't know anybody that would call me at that time. That's strange, because that's not her number. Oh, okay, got it. Shut it, finish up 21 World Series. So I can either close the stream and finish up the 21 World Series offline. I can do that. All right. Viewership falling down anyhow. We're at 4, so we'll call it a stream. Thanks, guys. Hopefully you will join us on Super Bowl Sunday. At least some of you. I know the hardcore baseball fans will be here probably for the duration. I hope. I don't know if anybody else will be doing anything. And if they are, certainly visit their channels. My Buccos lost against the Mets tonight and Roberts' 1988 replay on RGO Network. But they did win against somebody else, so they're at 40-29, so still leading the NL East, I think. So, all right. Don't shut the stream down, knucklehead. Says, what's his name there? Big Clue, that's his name. Yeah. I don't even know where we are in the 1921 World Series. Guess we'll find out. This is when, of course, John McGraw gleefully said we just kept throwing big curveballs at the big monkey, meaning Babe Ruth, and put him on his ass. All right. So today it'd be Jesse Barnes and Jack Quinn. And this will be, of course, this entire series played at the Polo Grounds. Yeah, let's do it. What the bloody hell, right? And if everybody falls asleep, that works too. It's a nice lullaby, isn't it? All right. La da da da. Ooh, shit. Mike's coming in hot there. All right. Have mercy. My God, man. You're going to leave me at the mercy of his wife's television shows. Have mercy. Wouldn't do that to you, man. All right. Here we are. New York Giants, New York Yankees. 2 years before the house that Ruth built. I always loved that story when Babe Ruth stepped on the field at Yankee Stadium and said, you know, that his understatement about Yankee Stadium. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Ken Castro says began a hockey game a half hour ago. It was gung-ho now, not so much after first period. Yeah, tired, man. Damn it, Jim, I'm a baseball fan, not a doctor. Oh, I get it. All right, the lineups for the visiting New York Giants, leading off and playing third base, Frankie Fordham Flash Frisch, batting second and left field, Irish Musial, batting third, right fielder Ross Youngs, batting in the cleanup spot, first baseman High Pockets Kelly. You gotta love that nickname. Batting fifth and catching Frank Snyder, batting sixth at shortstop Dave Beauty Bancroft, batting seventh in center field George Burns, batting eighth second base Johnny Rawlings, Jesse Barnes taking the hill and batting ninth for the Giants. In 1921, Barnes 15 wins, 9 losses, a 3.10 earned run average. Struck out only 1.9 batters per 9 and walked 1.5 batters per 9. So maybe Eddie Gaedel actually was playing also in 1921. Who knows? For the New York Yankees, as the home team tonight, leading off in center field, Chick Fuster batting second. Second baseman Aaron Ward. Batting third in left field, Babe Ruth. Batting cleanup in right field, Bob Musial. Batting fifth and catching, Wally Shang. Batting sixth is shortstop Roger Peckinpah. First baseman Wally Pipp will hit in the number 7 slot. Frank Home Run Baker at the hot corner, batting eighth, and Jack Quinn taking the hill and batting ninth. Quinn in 1921 for the New York Yankees was 8-7 with a 3.78 earned run average, 3.3 strikeouts per 9, and 2.4 walks. Let's get to the Polo Grounds for this Game 5 of the 1921 World Series replay. Cousin Ken throwing up there for some reason. Big clue says I can only see so much leakage from animal anuses on Dr. Pol. If I want to see sewage like that, I'll watch the Reds or Pirates this summer. Well, big clue given both of our respective teams the honesty they deserve. Alright, so Jack Quinn in the series, no wins, no losses. He's only worked a third of an inning and gave up a hit. Frankie Fresh hitting a .294 with a run batted in. Let's look at our game time temperature here. At the Polo Grounds, partly cloudy and temperature 62 degrees. The wind from left to right at 12 miles per hour. And the game will repeat all of that, of course. So Jack Quinn will finish his warm-up pitches. The series is even at 2 games today. And here we go. Quinn's delivery to Frisch. Frisch swinging on the first pitch. Strike 1, and we got to switch back to the at-bat mode. I go to pitch by pitch in these games when there's something very, very pivotal going on. Quinn with the 0-2. Swung on, fly ball, sinking liner to center, but right into the glove of Fuster. So Chick Fuster making out number 1. And here is Irish Musial hitting .312, 4 runs batted in. Jack Quinn has the sign from catcher Wally Shang. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Musial skies this one to center field. Fuster has a beat on it and brings it down for the second out. Ross Young's now right fielder. .267 in this World Series replay. A run batted in for him. Bats from the left. Jack Quinn bringing it in now to Ross Young's. Swinging on the first pitch, Youngs grounds this one deep to second. Up with it is Aaron Ward. Nice range and a quick throw by Aaron Ward to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Giants nothing and the Yankees coming to bat. Jesse Barnes in our World Series replay. No wins, 1 loss, 4 2/3 innings worked, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and ERA a rather stratospheric 13.50. So good movement, pitches contact. Chick Fuster hitting .200 leading off here for the Yankees. Barnes has finished his warm-ups. We're ready to go. The 1-1 delivery to Chick Fuster. Fuster swings, fly ball, center field, and coming in a few paces and bringing it down into the glove is George Burns. So 1 away for second baseman Aaron Ward. Aaron Ward hitting a healthy .450 in the series. Ward bats from the right. Jesse Barnes deals the 1-0 delivery to Aaron Ward. He had .306 in the regular season. Weak grounder to third. Up with it and over is Frankie Frisch, and they get Ward. So 2 up, 2 down for left fielder Babe Ruth. Ruth hitting 375, 4 runs batted in, including a home run. So Ruth already performing much better than he did in the actual 1921 World Series. Barnes count even on Ruth. Here is the pitch. Ruth swings, and this one weakly popped on the infield and down into the glove of High Pockets Kelly. So the Yanks go quietly. We go to the top of the second, and we are scoreless. High Pockets Kelly will lead it off. Then Frank Snyder and Dave Beauty Bancroft. Kelly hitting 273, 4 runs batted in. He has a round tripper. Jack Quinn kicks and fires the 3-1 pitch to Kelly. Kelly swings. Hard grounder to short. Peckinpah up with it, and on to Wally Pipp at first for the 6-3 putout. It's so weird to look at these pre-Lou Gehrig the pre-Lou Gehrig New York Yankees. So used to seeing Gehrig over there, right? All right, here's Frank Snyder. Frank Snyder hitting 412, 2 runs batted in with a home run. He's 7 for 17. Quinn deals. Payoff pitch to Snyder. Snyder lays off. That pitch high, ball 4. And the Giants with a runner aboard for Beauty Bancroft. Bancroft hitting 400, 2 runs batted in and a home run. Snyder below average speed at first. Quinn nonetheless checks the runner, winds the 0-1 delivery. The runner, there's a hit and run play on. The only play will be at first. Snyder makes second. Bancroft retired. So runner in scoring position for the Giants, 2 down, and George Burns steps in. Burns hitting 231, has an RBI in our World Series replay. Shang sets the target for Quinn. Quinn with a payoff pitch. This went inside. Low, ball 4. So Burns working the walk. 2 aboard for the Giants, 2 down, and Johnny Rawlings, the second baseman, hitting 375, 2 runs batted in. Quinn with a check of the runners. The speed on the base paths, if you call it that for the Giants, would be Burns at first. Snyder about the speed of a beer truck, I'd say. The 0-1 delivery now to Rawlings. Rawlings swings, hard hit ground ball to short. They'll go to second. Peckinpah with the 6-4 putout. The second inning is over. 2 walks in the inning, and that is it. We go to the bottom of the second in Game 5 of the 1921 World Series replay, and we are scoreless. Bob Musial, Wally Shang, and Roger Peckinpah to bat for the New York Yankees. Bob Musial hitting 333, a run batted in, with a solo home run. Welcome into D. Scott Howard. He says, I've arrived 250 miles from home for 10 days of goat sitting. Awesome, as our Red Sox fan refers to D. Scott Howard as the Goat Whisperer. Musial awaits the Barnes delivery. The 0-1 pitch to Bob Musial. And Musial, little flare into center, little tiny Texas leaguer. And Bob Musial aboard. First hit of the ball game. And here is Wally Shang, and that is for both teams. Shang at 400, 6 ribbies and a dinger. Musial at first. Above average speed. Barnes checks the runner. And there goes Musial, the throw down, and he is dead to rights. So nice work there by Frank Snyder, coming up gunning to retire Musial. So Shang back in the box. The base is empty and 1 down. The 1-2 now to Wally Shang. Shang swings, and this one is going to get down for a base hit in center field. The caught stealing, hurting a little bit. So once again, a runner for the Yankees, 1 down. Shang will steal the occasional base, and here's Roger Peckinpah. Peckinpah, 7 runs batted in the World Series with a 385 average. Barnes deals the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hard hit ball to left field. This one back and at the wall. Great catch by Irish Musial. So 2 away, Shang retreats to first base. So the Polo Grounds a very, very interesting ballpark, to say the least. Very short down the line, left and right, and then this thing goes deep and goes quickly. Of course, you can see here, and this year you didn't have that cut yet, and that the upper part, the upper decks, and things like that. So, nice job that these modders did on these ballparks. Really nice. 2 away, runner on first for Wally Shang. Barnes delivers. Shang hit .296 in the season, popped on the infield, and down into the glove of Beauty Bancroft. Second inning is over. The Giants leave one. We go to the top of the third. We're scoreless. This one is not even really, well, it could be called a Subway series, but not a very long subway ride, as just a little airplane shot would show that these ballparks were fairly close to one another. Pitcher Jesse Barnes here will lead it off for the Giants, and then back at the top of the order, Frankie Frisch and Irish Musial. Barnes, pretty much his first plate appearance in this series. Jack Quinn with 2 walks. Payoff pitch to Barnes. Barnes swings and line drive to center, and coming down into the glove is Chick Fuster. Chick Fuster had to get moving quickly on that one. So 1 away, and we're back at the top of the order for the Fordham Flash. Frisch in the game, 0-for-1. Quinn wheels and deals. The 1-2 pitch to Frisch. Frisch connects. Fly ball center field. This one is going to go into the gap for extra bases. Frisch has speed. Frisch rounding second. He's going for 3 and dives in well ahead of the throw. So Frankie Frisch with a 1-out triple for McGraw's men. And Frisch just 90 feet away. Irish Musial steps in. Musial 0-for-1. Musial a pretty damn fine contact hitter. Giants poised to draw first blood here in Game 5. Series tied at 2. Jack Quinn works from the stretch in the 1-1. Irish Musial grounder to third. The only play to first. So Musial is out, and Frankie Frisch crosses the plate, and the New York Giants take an early 1-0 lead in this game. And stepping in, Ross Young's just having a look at the chat. Pretty fun stuff. Yep, New York Subway was in operation since 1904. So Big Clue. Let's see how good Big Clue's music trivia is. Name the band who wrote the song about the New York Subway. And I'll even give you a hint. This band was thought to be, a lot of people thought in the 1970s that this band was the Beatles secretly reunited. It wasn't. So can you name the band, and bonus points, name the song without Googling. Alright, here is Ross Young's. Ross Young's 0-for-1. Bases empty, 1 in for the Giants. 2 down, Jack Quinn. Full count on Young's. Young swings and misses. This is a strikeout, but this one getting past Wally Shang, but Shang has it and throws down the line and takes care of the runner. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left, and the Giants leading the Yankees 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Frank home run Baker, Jack Quinn, and Chick Fuster due up for the Yankees. Baker in the series hitting 200, 2 ribbies, and a home run. Barnes kicks and fires the 1-0 delivery to home run Baker. Baker swings, grounded to second, and up with it, a little late getting to that ball, Rawlings, but has it. Let's see. Hints, hints, hints. Don't remember the song, but the Beatles clue rings a bell. Wasn't there a faux Beatles group called the Yeah Yeah Yeahs? No, they actually, no, it's not the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, but yes, there was. This was actually a really, really big thing, and people thought that this band, which they do, some of their songs are kind of Beatles sounding, especially more Lennon-ish than McCartney in terms of vocals, but more McCartney-ish in terms of the music. But it was going all through like these huge rumors in the mid-1970s And these are actually very good musicians, not the Beatles though. But they did write a song about the New York subway, and so yeah, so the band and the song. It's a tough one. This is really, really, really. There you go, Ken. You almost got. It's just the spelling. It's Klaatu is the band. So Klaatu, Klaatu is the band, and many people in the music press, big time, thought this wasn't just fans. Thought it was the Beatles reunited. The song is called Sub Rosa Subway. So there you go. So Klaatu, their biggest hit actually wasn't from them, but they wrote it, and the Carpenters did it. Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft. That was actually written. Klaatu were Canadian studio musicians. They didn't set out to try to sound like the Beatles. But yeah, I think they had something like 4 studio albums. So it was that first album. And the album cover art for Klaatu, especially that album, which was Klaatu, and there's a bunch of little Easter eggs in there. And then their second album, Hope, exquisite like art. You know, Hope kind of gave you a sort of almost a Roger Dean vibe, actually. So there you go. Some Beatles trivia. There you go. All right. So Jack Quinn now. Barnes delivers to him. Quinn, first pitch swinging, grounder to second, and this one bobbled by Johnny Rawlings, so it's an error, and the Yanks get a base runner. 3 hits by these teams, 1 by the Giants, 2 by the Yankees, error by Johnny Rawlings, and that brings up Chick Fuster back at the top of the Yankee order. Chick Fuster is 0 for 1. Barnes checks the runner. Quinn, no speed there. First pitch swinging, Fuster grounds it to short, and it's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. The pitcher's best friend, 1 pitch, 1 out. The Giants remain on top as we go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 here in Game 5. High Pockets Kelly, Frank Snyder, and Dave Bancroft. Not sure why he was called High Pockets Kelly, but wasn't High Pockets a sort of... back in the day, and none of us, 1920s, come on. Wasn't that a sign for somebody who's like really kind of cheap with their money, high pockets, whatever, couldn't reach their money? I'm not sure, but see if one of our astute historians know why he was called High Pockets. I have no idea. Wally Shang sets up. Jack Quinn has whiffed 1 and walked 2. Here's the wind and the 1-2 delivery to Kelly. Kelly swings. High fly ball to left field. And down into the glove of that kid from Baltimore. 1 away for Frank Snyder, the catcher. Stepping in against Quinn. Here's the delivery, the 1-1 pitch. Snyder swings, sinking liner to center. This will get down for a base hit. New York Giants picking up hit number 2 in the contest. Big Clue said it was slang for those guys who would wear their waistband above the navel, like his grandfather did. He says High Pockets Kelly was 6'4", yeah, which was huge for his day. All right, thank you. He was also known as Long George. Nice. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, guys. I did not know about that, about High Pockets Kelly. All right, Dave Bancroft. Now, 0 for 1. Quinn lets it go. Fly ball, center field. Fuster going far to his left and brings it down. Calling off Bob Musil and almost doubles up Frank Snyder. Snyder getting back in a hurry. Fuster coming in with a strong throw. 2 away, George Burns now, who apparently, I guess no relation to George Burns of George Burns Gracie Allen fame. Jack Quinn fires it in. Runner goes. The throw down. And there's a steal. So Frank Snyder is safe. John McGraw using a little bit of dead ball tactics here. Burns back in. 1-2 pitch. Burns swings. Liner to left. And over it, a still svelte Babe Ruth. Side retired. So nothing on a base hit. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Giants still remain in the lead, 1-0. So good low-scoring game here. Jesse Barnes will face Aaron Ward, Babe Ruth, and Bob Musial. Too bad the world's worst gamer isn't here. He's been winning a Yankees game for a long time. Snyder sets the target now for Jesse Barnes. Here's the 2-1 delivery to Aaron Ward. The second baseman swings and smacks this one into center. This one will get down for a base hit. So Aaron Ward perched at first, and that brings up Babe Ruth. Ruth with 4 runs batted in and a home run. He's 0 for 1 today. Popped out his last time up. Here's the pitch. Ruth swings on this ball. High fly ball, but he's not going to get it out of here. Not to center field, anyhow, in this one. So Burns has it. Ruth is out number 1, and Aaron Ward gets back to first. Almost said Aaron Reed. Here's Bob Musial now, 1 for 1. Barnes checks Ward at first, comes home with it. The 1-0 pitch, grounder to short. What a nice play by Baker, but then the throwing error, by Frankie Frisch. Baker, we're playing with the Yankees, getting my Hall of Famers mixed up. Frisch makes, we're just going to look at this. Let's look at the play again. So Frankie Frisch makes a great stop on the ball, but then the throwing error allows Musial. So he stretches out, up, and hurries his throw. So New York Giants with the second error, their second error in the game. 2 aboard, 1 down for Wally Shang. Shang, successful thus far, 1 for 1. Ward at second, Musial at first. The 2-2 to Shang. Shang swings, grounder to short. Can they get 2? They can get 2 and end the inning. That's it. So the Yankees threaten, but do not score. The error does not come back to bite the Giants. We go to the top of the 5th. It's the Giants 1 and the Yankees nothing. Robert Wartburg in here. You learn a lot about one of the worst Hall of Fame selections ever, says Big Clue. He says he loves Shang and Baker on this Yankees team. Good players on both sides. Irish Musial, kind of forgotten. More people know about Bob Musial, but Irish Musial was a pretty good player too. I think one of the controversial players here, as far as I'm guessing Big Clue might be talking about Ross Youngs. Some people arguing that Ross Youngs should not be in the Hall of Fame. If that is to whom Big Clue is referring. I know he's not talking about Frankie Frisch. Frisch is definitely Hall of Fame. Ross Youngs. So I know at least Ken Castro. Yep, Young's in the Hall of Fame, but many people saying he should not be in there. Alright, Johnny Rawlings will lead it off here for the Giants in the 5th. He'll be followed by Jesse Barnes and then Frankie Frisch. Wally Shang sets the target for Jack Quinn, holding at 1 strikeout and 2 walks. He says, George Kelly, one of the 10 worst players ever. Yeah, but cool nickname. Cool nickname. High Pockets Kelly. Gotta love it. Quinn delivers. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Johnny Rawlings. Rawlings swings. High fly ball to center field. Should be no problem for Chick Fuster. And indeed it isn't. Routine fly out to center. 1 down for pitcher Jesse Barnes. He is nothing for 1. Quinn working quickly. The 3-1 delivery to Barnes. Lined out the last time to Fuster. Barnes takes this one inside. and draws the one-out walk. Screwball missing by Quinn, so Barnes aboard. Third walk issued by Jack Quinn. Back at the top of the order now for the McGraw Giants and Frankie Frisch. The Fordham Flash is 1 for 2. Quinn winds and fires, throws over, and Jack Quinn is out. So, Jack Quinn throws over, and Barnes is out. So Barnes a little bit too off first, and that's 2 down. Mr. McGraw cannot be happy about that one. Frisch in the box, the 1-2 delivery. Frisch swings, and this one lined over Wally Pip's head into right for a base hit. Frankie Frisch with superb speed, 2 down for Irish Musial. Musial nothing for 2 with a run batted in. Quinn rocks and fires the 1-0 delivery. And Irish Musial sends this one to center field. Irish Musial on Robbie's Arsenal team in the Nebagrivi League. So Chick Fuster takes that fly out. The Giants had 2 base runners in the game. One caught napping off first, and then they leave one. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 1-0 Giants here in Game 5. Roger Peckinpah, Wally Pipp, and Frank Home Run Baker. Peckinpah in the game, nothing for 1. Payoff pitch now to Peckinpah. Flied out his last time up, and Peckinpah will whiff on this one. So the fastball, and that is Jesse Barnes' first strikeout of the game here. First baseman Wally Pipp, perhaps best known as the man whom Lou Gehrig replaced. Pipp, nothing for 1, but hitting .312 overall in the series as of this at bat with 3 runs batted in and a home run. The lefty stands in against Barnes. Barnes fires it in, and Pipp lines this one into left. This is going to get down for a base hit. So the Yankees pick up base knock number 4. Pipp above average speed, 1 away for Frank Baker. Nothing for 1 for home run. The 2-2 pitch. Baker swings. Soft fly ball to center field. Ranging over and making the catch is George Burns, calling off Ross Youngs. Pipp gets back to first, 2 down for pitcher Jack Quinn, who is nothing for 1. Barnes delivers the 2-1. Quinn swings, grounded to short, and that'll do it for the New York Yankees. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. The score remains 1-0 New York Giants as we go to the top of the 6th in this World Series played entirely at the Polo Grounds. Big clue, worst Hall of Fame by position. Here we go. Ray Schalk at catcher. Kelly at first, Maz second, Lindstrom third, Moranville short, Chikafian left. I disagree with you with Lloyd Wainer. Tommy McCarthy in right field, Harold Baines DH, and Jesse Haynes pitcher. World's Worst Gamer, hope you're coming in. He says, hope your evening is going okay. We got a Yankees game going on here, World's Worst Gamer. Good to see you. I disagree about Lloyd Wainer. But the others, I largely agree. I do largely agree. I don't think Moranville really belongs in there. Oh, yeah. And so are you, Big Clue. We are both entitled to be wrong. So, Big Clue firing across the bow and just returning it. Yep, we are both entitled to be wrong. But Big Clue says easily the worst first baseman by a mile. Think if Wally Joyner were elected. He's still talking about High Pockets Kelly. All right. Well, there's always going to be a worse somebody at any position. I can name a lot of worse shortstops than Arky Vaughan. Notice I leave Wagner out there. Wainer put up good numbers. I think the thing with Wainer is overshadowed by his brother. His brother was far more talented. But you know what? I don't know. Again, it's fine that we can disagree. I think Lloyd Wayner deserves the Hall of Fame. He didn't get the right straight up election. He was elected decades after his brother Paul. Is Paul Wayner the much better player between the two? Yes, but would I take Lloyd Wayner in a team? Absolutely. All right, Ross Young's again another sort of controversial figure in the Hall of Fame for some. Young's 0 for 2. Jack Quinn delivers the 1-0 pitch to Ross Youngs, and Youngs gets his first base hit. This one a shot up the middle, and Youngs aboard, makes the wide turn at first. The Giants picking up base hit number 4. These teams tied in hits. The Giants leading in runs and leading in errors. So Young's aboard for High Pockets Kelly. George Kelly, 0 for 2. Jack Quinn fires it in. A 3-1 delivery to Kelly. Kelly swings, comebacker to the mound, and Quinn going for the lead runner and gets him. So 1 away. High Pockets Kelly, so they basically just swap runners, and that brings in Frank Snyder now. Snyder is 1 for 1 in the contest today. Quinn peers in, has the sign from Wally Shang, the wind, and there goes the runner, and the throw down, they got him dead to rights. Wally Shang throwing the strike. So caught stealing, bases empty. Snyder back in the box. And here is the 0-2 pitch to Snyder. Snyder tried to hold up. It goes around. Strike 3. Quinn picks up the strikeout. Side retires. The Giants just get nothing on the hits. Still 1-0. We go to the bottom of the 6th. So I guess big clue for... Oh, okay. So I misread you. You said he's the worst center fielder in there. Oh, okay. No. I thought you said he didn't belong in Cooperstown. So, yep. So, no, I misread you. So that is why you hadn't had an answer. I just realized. I thought you said that Wayner didn't belong in the Hall of Fame. So my mistake, mea culpa on there. I do think Lloyd Wayner does. Who do I think's worse? I think Earl Combs. I would have to agree with Cousin Ken. I think Combs, much like, and this will piss a lot of people off, why do I think Phil Rizzuto's in the Hall of Fame? He was on those great 1950s Yankees team. I could go some further if I want, but I won't. I think Rizzuto, like Mazeroski, should not be in the Hall of Fame. I think Rizzuto was a very good shortstop. Should he be in there? No. But no, I misread your big clue. Hack Wilson. I think Hack Wilson is in the Hall of Fame for, I don't know, big clue, would you agree with this? Hack Wilson's in the Hall of Fame for 1930. I really, really think that. Not that he was a bad hitter, but Hack Wilson has this amazing, amazing season in 1930. But we can look at Baseball Reference and see. But Wilson, hard to. We talk about great center fielders of the game going back to, Max Carey, let's say, and then Mays, Mantle, Snyder. Those golden years, 1950s. New York, they had those 3 great center fielders. Wow, right? Go back further in baseball to great center fielders. Tris Speaker. Whew. Combs, 632 runs batted in. The Kentucky Colonel, Earl Combs. And you guys know I'm not cheating because anytime I would click off of here, the sound goes silent. So I can't check Baseball Reference, but you guys, though, excellent fans. But yeah, I misread you there on Lloyd Wayner. All right, Barnes delivers to Fuster, the 1-1 delivery. Fuster swings, and this is a soft liner right. This is going to get down for a base hit. So that is the 5th base hit for the Yankees. Barnes working on a 5-hitter right now. Only 1 strikeout. He hasn't walked anybody. Aaron Ward 1 for 2. Fuster a few steps off first. Barnes with a check of the runner. First pitch swinging. Aaron Ward showing bunt. Gets it down. The sacrifice working, and Chick Fuster in scoring position for Babe Ruth. Chance for the Yankees here to possibly tie it up or go ahead. One swing of the bat by the kid from Baltimore. Barnes comes home with a payoff pitch to Babe Ruth. Flied out his last time up. And they're pitching around Ruth. On the 3-2, Jesse Barnes wasn't even trying to come close to the plate on Ruth. So 2 aboard for Bob Musial. Doesn't necessarily get a lot easier, just somewhat, but Musial definitely a threat. He's got a home run. In fact, his RBI is a solo shot in this game. He's 1 for 2 today. Fuster at second. Ruth at first. Barnes works now. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Musial smacks this one to left. This is going to get down, and the Yankees are going to tie this game. Coming in to score, the Yankees are going to take the lead in this game. Coming home is Fuster in ahead of the tag. So Bob Musial with a 2 RBI double, and it's the New York Yankees now 2 and the New York Giants 1. Musial at second. So 2 in on that, and here comes Wally Shang. Shang in the game is 1 for 2. Musial at second. Taking some steps off the bag as Barnes peers in, has the sign. Barnes sets and fires. Musial a bigger lead now. 1-1 pitch to Shang. Shang slaps this one to right. This is going to get down. Base hit, and Wally Shang is going to pick up an RBI, and the New York Yankees now lead the New York Giants 3-1. So the Yankee bats coming alive here in the bottom of the 6th at the Polo Grounds. Roger Peckinpah now at bat. He is 0 for 2. Wally Shang at first. Barnes checks the runners. The 2-1 pitch to Peckinpah. Peckinpah struck out last time. Little flare and to left coming down. Making a lot. And George Burns just running about 90 feet for that ball. So great catch. Shang gets back to first. Now here is first baseman Wally Pipp batting in the 7th slot. He is 1 for 2. The delivery now to Wally Pipp. Pipp grounds it to short, and that will retire the inning as Bancroft does the 6-4 putout. However, the Yankees score 3, and we go to the 7th inning. The Yankees 3, the Giants 1. The Giants will send up Bancroft, Burns, and Rawlings. Gary Gruth, 3 of the 4 guys. Is it the type of guy you look to drive in runs? Opinion, damn Yankees. Christopher Slovic coming in. He says, hope all is well. All right. Welcome in, Christopher. Bancroft to lead it off for the Giants. Beauty Bancroft, 0 for 2. Jack Quinn with 2 strikeouts and a walk. The 2-2 pitch to Bancroft. Bancroft swings, liner to left, and Babe Ruth tries to leap for it, can't get to it. This is going to rattle around in left field, and going for 3 is Bancroft. Leadoff triple for the New York Giants. George Burns, 0 for 1. Giants now 90 feet away from cutting into this rather small Yankee lead. Shang sets the target. Jack Quinn working from the stretch to Burns. Burns swings, base hit, center field, and that's going to be an RBI for George Burns. Coming in to score is Beauty Bancroft, and the Giants get one back here in the top of the 7th. It is 3-2 now. Johnny Rawlings, he is nothing for 2 in the game. Burns at first, nobody out. Jack Quinn into his motion, the delivery to Rawlings. Rawlings gets the bunt down, and it's a good one. The sacrifice will move George Burns to second. So the Giants with a tying run and scoring position, and the pitcher, though, is stepping in. Jack Quinn. Or Jesse Barnes, I'm sorry. So Barnes is nothing for 1 in the game. Quinn delivers the 0-2. Little grounder to first. And Wally Pipp will take that to the bag unassisted. George Burns gets to third. The tying run now 90 feet away. Back at the top of the order for the Fordham Flash. Frankie Frisch having a good day today. He is 2 for 3 and a good series overall for Frisch. Hitting .350 as of this at bat. Quinn from the stretch. The 2-1 delivery to Frisch. Frisch swings. Grounder to short. And the game will not be tied. Peckinpah up with it on to Wally Pipp for the 6-3 putout. 1 run scores on 2 hits, and the Giants get one back. 7th inning stretch time. It's the New York Yankees 3, the New York Giants 2, and this replay of the 1921 World Series. Ken Castro, thank you. Ken Castro saying something here, and let me... Yep. Ken Castro says, Clue posed the question of who's the worst center fielder in the Hall of Fame. I was giving my opinion. Take it or leave it. I will not get confrontational when bad things are all around us. And so I thank you guys last night, especially for doing that moment of silence for the victims of that horrific earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Thank you for that. That Ken's just reminded me of that again, that you guys did that last night, and I really, really appreciate it. All right, Home Run Baker will lead it off here. He is nothing for 2. Bottom of the 7th, Yankees with a 3-2 lead. New York Giants had held a 1-0 lead until the bottom of the 6th. The Yankees played to 3, Giants getting 1 back in the 7th, and that is where we stand. Jesse Barnes for the Giants with a strikeout and a walk. Here is the pitch. 0 for 2. High fly ball to right field. This one back and over the wall. Home run. Baker hits his 2nd homer in the game, and the Yankees go ahead 4-2. Okay, guys, let's keep things cool, respectable. Yep. Any derailing, and I will use my wrench. I will use it. I will use my wrench. Seriously. After that chat, and I'm not blaming, I'm just saying because I take my, but a few weeks ago when that chat went south, I will put a hammer down. So let's keep it cool. Let's not be going after anybody. Keep it cool. I'll start knocking people out. I swear to you, I will do it. I will seriously do it. I will seriously do it. I'm stopping this game right now to say I will start swinging my wrench, and there's no coming back. I hope we're clear. We're trying to create and maintain a community here. We can bench jockey, we can have some fun. But if it starts getting combative, I will kick anybody's shit out of here. If you don't like it, leave. I mean it. Exactly. Any bullshit. Seriously. All right, back to the game action. Back to game action. Don't play. Don't play. I'm serious. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. I mean it. I won't fuck around. Jack Quinn to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. Barnes with a strikeout and a walk. Barnes delivers the 0-2 delivery to Quinn. Quinn, ground ball to third. Up with it and over is Frankie Frisch for the 5-3 putout and 1 away. All right, back at the top of the Yankees order, and Chick Fuster. He is 1 for 3. Barnes with a strikeout and a walk. Through 8 1/3, or 6 1/3. I'm sorry, my eyes are bugging out on me here. All right, that's it. You know what? Seriously. Seriously. Finger is on the trigger here, and I will pull it. My other mods don't have to do it. I will do it. Jesus. For fuck's sake. I had to just stop this fucking game right now, to be honest with you. Seriously. But I won't, because there's people in here trying to enjoy the damn game. Alright, Chick Fuster here. So 1 for 3. Barnes delivers to Fuster. The 0-1. Fuster swings. And this one in the gap to right. And this is going to be for extra bases. Fuster going for 2. And he's going to hold with a double. So this one gets by Ross Young. Gets the ball in quickly. No, no apologies. No apologies. It's all good. It's all good. Let's keep it cool. All right. So we had one person that is talking. The other person does not want to get engaged in something like that. And can we just please leave it at that? We love baseball. Talk about something else. Talk about the greatest right fielder in baseball, please. Something, I don't care. The greatest hot dog vendor in minor league baseball. Just please, let's keep it cool, guys. All right? There's no apologies needed, Cousin Ken. All right? No apologies from anybody, but stop it. But let's just, everybody, please. Okay? I appreciate it. Yep, Harry Stevens. Exactly. Harry Stevens, big clue. You got it, buddy. Fuster in scoring position, 1 down. Snyder sets the target for Barnes. Here's the delivery. Oh, throw down, and how about it? Snyder unable to get Fuster. He comes up gunning, but Chick Fuster with a stolen base. So gutsy play here for the Yankees in the bottom of the 7th. Yanks looking for more. Aaron Ward, the 1-2 delivery to him. And Ward sends this routine fly ball to left. But this is going to be... Oh, and it's dropped. Irish Musial dropping the ball. Score that one E7. Chick Fuster crosses the plate. And the Yankees adding now. It's 5-2. So the Yankees looking to go ahead 3-2 in this World Series 19 replay. All right, and here is Babe Ruth. Aaron Ward at first, 1 away. Jesse Barnes fires it in to the Bambino. First pitch swinging, and Ruth with a liner into right. Base hit. Ruth thought about going to second. Going into third is Aaron Ward. So the Yankees bats coming alive big time. 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. And the Yankees with 10 base hits now in this game. Runners at the corner, still 1 out. And here's Bob Musial. 2 RBI in this game. He is 2 for 3. Jesse Barnes from the stretch. And big strikeout for Barnes to take out Musial. That's Jesse Barnes' second strikeout. And here's Wally Shang batting with 2 down. Ruth at first, Aaron Ward at third. Shang is 2 for 3 with a run batted in. The Yankees just doing it up right here. But that error by Irish Musial, costly. Here's the delivery to Barnes. Or to Shang, I'm sorry. And Shang, a little comebacker to the mound. Barnes up with it for the 1-3 put out. But that does not change the fact that the New York Yankees scored 2 runs on 3 hits. It's now 5-2 Yanks as we go to the top of the 8th. Irish Musial, Ross Youngs, and High Pockets Kelly due up. Irish Musial, nothing for 3 today with an RBI. Shang sets the target. Jack Quinn, payoff pitch to Musial. Musial swings in the 3-2. Grounder to short. Peckinpah up with it over to Wally Pipp for the 6-3 putout. 1 down for Ross Youngs. Giant right fielder 1 for 3 in today's ball game. Bats lefty. Jack Quinn with the payoff pitch. Now the 3-2. Youngs lays off of that one. This one a little bit low and outside. And the Giants have a runner aboard. And here's High Pockets Kelly. Kelly with a home run in the series. Today he is 0 for 3. Swing of the bat, though, and brings the Giants to within 1 of the Yanks. Youngs with decent speed on first. Jack Quinn with a check to the runner. And the count even on Kelly. Kelly swings. Grounder to second. They will not get the 4-3-6 double play. The hard slide breaking up the double play with 2 down. Kelly at first. So we've seen Kelly before in this game with a swap of the runners. Frank Snyder now, 1 for 2. Quinn pitching with 2 down here, top of the 8th. 3-1 pitch. And Snyder, little Texas leaguer perhaps, but no, coming in a long way. Chick Fuster at center to grab it for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, and a runner left on. The Giants possibly squandering an opportunity. Let us go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees lead 5-2. Series tied at 2 games each. Roger Peckinpah, Wally Pipp, and Frank Baker due up for the New York Yankees. Both starters still in this game. Barnes having the harder time of it, though, giving up 5 runs on 10 hits to these Yankees. Jack Quinn, 2 runs, 6 hits. 3 New York Giant errors in this game. 1-2 delivery now to Peckinpah. And Peckinpah, easy grounder to short. Up with it is Beauty Bancroft. On to Kelly for the 6-3 putout. And 1 down. Wally Pipp now. Pipp 1 for 3. Barnes deals the 2-1 delivery to Pipp. Pipp swings, and this is a sinking liner to left. And here come the Yanks. 11th base hit in this game for the New York Yankees. This World Series, these Yankee bats pretty big here today. In actual play, the Giants would win the World Series in 1921 and 1922, and the Yankees would get their revenge in 1923, the year that Yankee Stadium opened. So Pipp aboard with 1 away. Barnes deals the 1-0 delivery. There is the throw down, and we got us another caught stealing as Wally Pipp falls victim to Frank Snyder up and gunning. So 2 away, bases empty for home run Baker. And home run Baker with a solo shot in this game. 2 down. And here's the delivery to Baker. Baker swings, weak grounder to short. Bancroft up with it, and the throw on to Kelly for the 6-3 putout. That one kind of a high throw, so Kelly making a nice pick on that one. We go to the 9th. The New York Giants with 3 chances to tie it up, or else the New York Yankees take a 3-2 lead in this replay of the 1921 World Series. Dave Bancroft, George Burns, and Johnny Rawlings. Dave Bancroft is 1 for 3. Jack Quinn looking for the complete game win here. He winds and fires the 1-1 pitch to Bancroft. Bancroft swings, grounder to Peckinpah, short Peckinpah over to Wally Pipp. 1 down. And we will see a pinch hitter now for the New York Giants, Earl Smith. In the series, he is 1 for 4 with a run batted in. Pretty good contact hitter, a little bit above average power. Quinn works to him now. The 1-0 delivery to Smith. Smith swings. Little grounder to second. Aaron Ward on to Wally Pipp. 2 away. And it's down to Johnny Rawlings to try to create a miracle. It was at the Miracle of Coogan's Bluff. So nothing for 2 for Johnny Rawlings, the second baseman. Jack Quinn peers in, has the sign from Wally Shang, the wind, and the 1-0 delivery to Rawlings. Rawlings swings, base hit into center field. Chick Fuster up with it, so this ball game not over yet. So Rawlings is second base, and that's going to end up to be a Yankees error. Let's look at the replay. And yep, this is going to be an E8 as Fuster, unable to get to the ball, rolls under his glove, and Rawlings ends up in scoring position. So the New York Yankees here in the top of the 9th pick up their first error, and that brings in another pinch hitter, Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown 1 for 4, no ribbies. 2 down, runner in scoring position for the Giants here. Jack Quinn with the 0-1 delivery. Brown swings, grounder to third, and Baker to Pipp, and this game is over. The Yankees defeat the New York Giants 5-3 and take a 3-2 lead in this replay of the 1921 World Series. The New York Giants were expecting the pressure of the playoffs to get the World Series to get to Jack Quinn. They underestimated the old man, and we were talking about Jack Quinn earlier, weren't we, guys? The Yankees got a strong start from the 38-year-old right-hander. Quinn threw 9 innings of 7-hit ball as the New York Yankees won the contest 5-2 at the Polo Grounds to take a lead in the series. The best of this is a best of 9, but I think I have it just as a best of 7. So not exactly a replay, I don't think. I think I have this set at 7. I'll look. Anyhow, the Yankees lead 3-2. Bob Musial hit a 2-run double off Jesse Barnes in the bottom of the 6th, which put the Yankees in front 2-1 in addition to the double. Musial had 1 single going 2 for 4. All right, so Jack Quinn, player of the game. And let me see. Maybe I do have... Oh, no, I do have it set at 9. Okay. So the Yanks with a 3-2 lead over the Giants. And we will go ahead and go back to the Out of the Park main screen. And that was fun. That was fun. World's Worst Gamer. He says that he couldn't hit a baseball, organized baseball. He'd probably hit under 100. Dude, I'd hit under 50. Ken Castro says, hardest thing to do, World's Worst Gamer hit a baseball. Absolutely. And physics bears that out, certainly. And World's Worst Gamer says the Yankees win. The Yankees win. Big Clue says Carl Mays was the Yanks ace in 21 and lost 2 close games to the Giants in that year's World Series. He was accused of throwing games, and Landis investigated, finding nothing. Still, decades later, the sports writer who told Landis the rumors during the series sat on the Hall of Fame Vets Committee and openly slandered Mays to the rest of the voters, which is why Carl Mays is not elected to the Hall of Fame. Mays threw the pitch that killed Ray Chapman never came up before the committee. Wow, big clue. That's. Thank you for that. Had no idea. I know Carl Mays, and I'm not saying about the throwing of the game. The first time I've ever heard about that is from you tonight. Carl Mays was not well liked around the game, but geez, we've got a lot of Hall of Famers who weren't well liked. Ty Cobb, Steve Carlton. So, but I never heard that. So the Chapman incident didn't come up before the committee. Big clue. Thank you. Cousin Ken, I want to shoot you a message in Facebook about what's going on with how you're doing with the book and everything. And also, I know you're tired tonight, so I'm not going to ask you to do a lot of typing. Would like to hear at some point this week maybe just about some of your thoughts with your visit to the library. I believe that was yesterday. And that author on Negro Leagues Baseball. But not tonight, brother. I know you're tired. Fred Lieb says Big Clue was the sports writer. He heard the rumor at the game from a quote-unquote well-known Broadway actor in attendance. The Black Sox trial was in the news at the time. Uncorroborated rumors that the commish cleared Mays and Lieb brings them up 50 years late. Dick move. Couldn't agree with you more. That's crazy. What a great story. Thanks to Big Clue again. Alright guys, I appreciate everything getting back kind of cool and everybody good again. It's nice. I do appreciate that. I don't want to hammer anybody out of here. I really don't want to do that. So, thanks. Robbie Wilberg says, nice game, Beatles. Robbie, what do you got coming up tonight? Are you doing more Federal League? What are you doing tonight, buddy? We wait for Robbie Wilberg. See what he's going to do. Nice that you're giving the Federal League some love. I know World's Worst Gamer is playing some Federal League. Cousin Ken is a huge Federal League fan, as we said way at the top of the broadcast. Cousin Ken, who did our sort of inaugural, and has been for every year I've done this, the Stupor Bowl festivities. It was a Federal League game. 1915, Chicago versus Pittsburgh. It was the first game that night of Stupor Bowl 2019. And thanks to Cousin Ken. Show off to you guys one more time what I've done, that we are ready to go for Stupor Bowl Sunday in the 2 World Series that we selected. Let me show you what I've done. So we'll first go to 1935, which will be the first game of that day, and that is going to start a bit earlier, just to let you guys know. So we'll probably be on the YouTubes, the interwebs with a Z. I know that's so early 2000s, but there you go. So we'll be on a bit earlier. I don't know exactly what time. All right, so as I said, I'd be stopping these at pivotal games. So in 1935, the Cubs are leading the Tigers 3-1. So we will see Game 5 on Sunday, and that will be Game 1, and we will see Schoolboy Rowe and Lon Warnicki, and that will be a repeat of the Game 1 starters. And then, for 1929, this is what we have. For 1929, the Athletics leading the Cubs 3-1. So, and that's a Game 5, and this is going to be a repeat also, obviously, of Game 1. We're going to see Lefty Grove and Pat Malone. Already went over the box scores on these in the recaps. There were some really good games, and I was like, damn it, this would have been fun to broadcast. So we are set to go for that. If a team, both teams have 3-1. If it comes back, they win, then these will be continuing series projects as one-offs or whatever. But it'd be fun if one of them would win the series, right, 4-1 on Stupor Bowl Sunday. Ken Castro says about that, cousin, he had a picture with Cronin, Yaki, and Collins in the scheduled date of the Jackie tryout at Fenway. You guys know the story. Your opinion on the get these the field, did it really happen or fabricated by a Boston reporter? His name escapes me. Big clue. saying Carl Mays, incidentally, is another one of the all-time great hitting pitchers. Indeed, he was. Ken Castro, one of the three in the pick, yelling, and you had to pick one. Who? I got to say Tom Yaki. I've got to say Tom Yaki. Big Clue said he was a 300 hitting outfielder who broke his arm and couldn't swing the bat for 2 years in the Bush League, so he learned how to pitch instead, which is why he threw submarine style. Right. Well, Robbie, I was just asking what you're gonna do, if you're gonna do or not do or whatever. Robbie Wartburg also finishing. I don't even know the results. He's finished the Ned McGreevy regular season. So probably what we'll do is it will be, again, we're going to do our All-Star game right toward the end of the Ned McGreevy season, which is coming up now too quickly, which is why I didn't do a Ned McGreevy game tonight. We'll do the All-Star game, and then on that last night before the final game, we're going to have, hopefully we can get Robbie on, and he can discuss the results rather than just putting it in chat. If Robbie would be willing to do that, I think that would be nice. Then we'll play the final game, simulate a couple days rest, and then we'll start Game 1 of the Mini World Series in the McGreevy League, and then we'll wrap that baby doll up. And again, it would be a huge thank you, as always, to the community for embracing a project that Cousin Ken and I really didn't think. We really thought it was going to go over like the proverbial lead balloon, but instead it's garnered some love from the community. And so, speaking on behalf of Cousin Ken, I got to say, thank you again to everybody for really allowing us to go ahead with the 19th Century and Dead Ball and getting really, really nice response to it. I appreciate it, and I know Ken does too. So, yeah, so Big Clue says that he would love to hear Robbie talk about the project. Don't know which one, but I would like, if he would come on and talk about the Ned McGreevy League that he did in Diamond Mine Baseball. He basically duplicated the league in Diamond Mine. So it'd be kind of fun to hear that before the start of the final regular season here on this channel on Action PC. So hopefully Robbie will consider doing that rather than just writing it up. I think it'll be fun. Guys could have a lot of questions. How did my team do? How do you think the engine, how did it work for you? Things like that. So yep, as Robbie says that, I know, Ken, I giggled too. I was just wondering which project. But Robbie, yes, Robbie and God are the only two that know the results of the Diamond Mine version of the Ned McGreevy League. Robbie, since you own the all-time great players, I'm going to make this suggestion to you if you'd like, man. And because you really like Diamond Mine Baseball a lot, since you have the all-time great, you could do, well, even though you don't. No, actually, you can't. Never mind. I was going to say you could put the McGreevy League, post it on the Fans of Diamond Mine forum, but you can't because you're using Diamond Mine stats, so it's not truly a homebrew. So never mind, forget that idea, because Imagine Sports would immediately take it down. It would be so fun, because I would love to do it as a homebrew on the Action PC forums, but it's not, right? It's Action PC Baseball History Collection. Damn it. Big Clue says, my goodness, with just a little bit of investment in the GUI and a few new features, Diamond Mine could be the bomb. Which says a lot about the Diamond Mine baseball. Cousin Ken, is he saying 60? Oh, he's saying 65 season. Because if he was asking Robbie if he was looking for the 1955 season, I certainly would take that hint, because I would love to have play the 1955 season in Diamond Mine Baseball. Yeah, it's a hell of an engine, Big Clue. I know Steve was he was a Diamond Mine baseballer before he discovered Action PC. Diamond Mine's a brilliant game, but it's Diamond Mine, and that's kind of really hardcore. Where I learned that on my channel was 2 years ago. I'd started something for Cousin Ken, but I'm going to move it over to another baseball sim, doing a replay of the 1895 Cleveland Spiders. The Cleveland Spiders, except for 1899, they were a good team in the 1890s. We tried streaming it in different places, at different times, and just Diamond Mine, I guess, because there's no noise, so I'm basically reading for 9 innings. But it's such a great game. Such a great game. Diamond Mine Baseball, says Big Clue, to this day honors a 20% off orders of $200 and 30% orders of $300 or more if you buy seasons in bulk. Yeah. And they've continued to add new retro sheet data to the older season as it becomes available. Yeah, and they've been really cool to allow the 1876 or 1871 through 1926 seasons as free seasons homebrews, even while they're now starting to offer those earlier seasons in baseball. So pretty cool over there at Imagine Sports. I know they've been kind of in maintenance mode, but they're starting to do more. But it would be nice to see a bit of an update. Throw a looping crowd sample in there or something at least. That would be nice. That being said, I love the engine. I do love the game. I love its aesthetic, actually. I always imagine that if personal computers were up to the task in the late 70s, that would have been the text-based baseball sim that people would have flocked to. And it is a great engine, and it's super accurate. It really is. Good stuff. So, a Big Clue says, so Diamond Mine is his favorite engine. See, I always thought Action PC, so it's Diamond Mine for you. Okay. Ken Castro, what I think also says a lot about Diamond Mine Baseball is Cousin Ken Castro is not a fan of digital baseball, and he loves Diamond Mine Baseball. 65 hint. I'll take that hint there, cousin. If you're offering, if Robbie is missing the hint, I'll certainly do it, because I really need to get me some 1960s edification. Big time. Every damn decade. But 1960s, holy shit. It's so bad. Big Clue says Action PC is more flexible, better experience, but Diamond Mine, the most accurate sim you've ever played. Okay. I love it. I buy it every year, man. I don't know if I bought I think it's version 12, so when version 13 comes out, I will buy it. But, as Big Clue knows, if you play Diamond Mine Baseball, Ken, I will tell you this, buddy. Keep the previous year, keep as many versions as you can, because some of the older homebrews, you need earlier versions of the game to convert them to the newest version. So, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive. The season prices are kind of sometimes, but fine game. Damn fine game. Now, Robbie, you're obviously... I don't know that you are getting the hint there, Robbie, but that's okay. Cousin Ken, I get the hint big time, and yeah. Commentary is top notch. But you want to watch viewership fly from here? If I would fire up a Diamond Mine game right now, we have 7 viewers. It would go to 2, maybe 3. Yep. Great play-by-play in that game. Yep, no graphics, no audio. But the play-by-play is brilliant. The baseball engine is brilliant. And actually, Big Clue, you know this too, my friend, it's pretty damn flexible. It's pretty damn flexible with what you can do. Yeah, Cousin Ken Castro says he has 2 1965 projects going to the Cards and Dice, and he wants to turn one of them over to Diamond Mine Baseball. Yeah, whatever you can imagine. And I have a lot of stuff for Diamond Mine Baseball, Big Clue. A lot of home brews, and I bought a lot of product from Imagine Sports. Didn't buy any seasons because I don't use that one for season replays, but I do know from following the forums. I've done a couple older season replays, but it's a fine engine. You preaching to the choir here, brother. I love it. My thing though is I think if you have the money, and for me, doesn't make it right, but for me, if you have the money to buy 2 baseball sims, I think Out of the Park 23 and Action PC work together so much, just so nicely. They complement each other. But yeah, I wouldn't leave Diamond Mine. I would never dissuade anybody from Diamond Mine at all. I mean, it's just great. It is a great game. I love it. And who knows, man? I might this year start doing. I like Diamond Mine so much. I might this year start doing what I did for Action PC. Start buying seasons just a little bit at a time. On Black Friday, you can get every season for Action PC. Yeah, like $300. I know, and I missed that this year, but yep. And I am gonna do it. I have everything Big Clue for Action PC, but I am buying Baseball Complete next Black Friday. I'm buying it just because I want to really support Dave Cook. But in the meantime, I think I am going to start buying some seasons for Diamond Line Baseball. The homebrews are really good for 1871 through 1926. So, well, probably start with 1927. Maybe do 27, 28, and 29, and then I'll have all the 1920s in that game. World's Worst Gamer says, for me at this point, I think I should spend the insane money it would take to get APA baseball cards and dice to your home in Canada. Bad AI is putting a bad taste in your mouth once again. Bad AI in what, Action PC, or in what game? World's Worst Gamer? I'm curious. I'm not just curious. Cousin Ken, you know the answer. $300 for every season, of course. Screw bills. Man, look, stuff has to go to collection agencies, and then they badger your ass, and all you do is use block them. Get every season in Action PC, and there you go. Yeah, so Big Clue. Action PC, says World's Worst Gamer. It's just not bad AI, but bad programming. He says pitch by pitch is broke. So I'm not going to dispute you at all, my friend, because I've only ever done one game in pitch by pitch, so I can't speak to that. And that's because it's not a good control. I've only done one game pitch by pitch entirely in Action PC, and it was fine. But you play a lot of your games in pitch by pitch, so it definitely is something for me to think about. You're right. So, but oh, you've never used pitch by pitch in Action PC? It's pretty fun, Big Clue. You get the little counts there at the bottom, but I'm almost tempted sometime to just check that part out, because I think a lot of people don't play it, but I like pitch by pitch. But if World's Worst Gamer is saying it's broken, that kind of gives me a little pause then. So Taking Pitches has with insane walk totals. And says he's really sad because he loves the game. He really does. Big Clue says Ken Castro Cards and Dice is fun, but I agree with Beatles. That's way better with a friend. Solo, I prefer PC. Yeah. Same here. Same here. Refer to my thread on Action PC message boards. I will. Thanks, World's Worst Gamer. I'll look into it. Yeah, I mean, cards and dice are cool, but like I said, the people I live with, not only are they that other game fans, but you know, the two other guys that live here, two of the people that live here said they were big board gamers, and I have, like, dude, Massive Darkness 2 and Madara, Sword and Sorcery, Draconis, Folklore, The Affliction, Mage Knight, Gloomhaven. I mean, these are fucking expensive games. There's also what's the big Bard Sung, which was like a $400 game. Pathfinder, but Thunderstone Quest. Luckily, though, I buy games that you can solo play. The Lord of the Rings living card game. And there's no way I'm going to get these people to play cards and dice baseball. I miss it. God. Yeah, World's Worst Gamer talking about that shipping to Canada. So, I'm a subscriber to a channel called Rob's Gaming Table. and it's a guy and his wife. They're really sweet people, and they kind of take, well, they're a bigger channel, so I should say, I guess we independently take the approach that the game is kind of incidental. It's about interacting with the chat, and they're in Canada. And what they do, though, World's Worst Gamer, because they were talking about shipping to Canada. They live in Toronto, I think, and they drive down to Michigan. They go to a gaming store in Michigan and buy their games rather than getting them shipped to Canada. Although it was really cool, people, I guess, in the channel got together, and I think like paid the shipping for Frosthaven, which is like, if anybody plays board games, you know Gloomhaven. It's a huge game. Frosthaven is absolutely mammoth, and people have sent them games. But World's Worst Gamer is right. I've heard Canadians say how horrible the shipping is there. I think it's worse than in Europe. I don't remember actually paying tons of money, and I had games shipped from the United States to Europe, and my Canadian friends would say, "Oh my God, it's cheaper to the EU than it is to Canada." I feel bad for you. I feel bad for the Canadians. I really do. I really, really do. Are you serious? Wow, World's Worst Gamer says to get APA and one season in Cards and Dice would cost him $200. That includes shipping. That's nuts. That is nuts. Oh yeah, World's Worst Gamer Rob's gaming table is real nice community. His wife, Mel, paints some of the best miniatures too. She paints minis. It's like just insane how good she is. Ken Castro says for the older guys, the whole gaming identity is tied up in nostalgia of Cards and Dice. It's not even the older guys, Ken. I mean, I have really fond memories of Cards and Dice, playing it hours and hours upon hours in the student union when I was an undergrad. Didn't play it in grad school, different vibe in grad school, but played the crap out of mostly Status Pro and APA as an undergrad, and just loved it. Like chucking the dice, looking up the charts, and when you're managing head-to-head with somebody in Cards and Dice, I love that part. And I mean, I would play it solo, but you know, there's certain things in Cards and Dice, and this is not a knock, Ken, at all. It's just there are certain things you cannot do in Cards and Dice, or would take you forever to set up. But I love it, but I can't play it, and I have 2 cats. I have 2 cats. You want to play any games, you got cats, man. Forget it. If there's dice rolling, if there's pieces, you're not gonna. You're just not gonna. You can't play. It can't be done. And I love my cats. I'm not gonna yell at them for going after the dice and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's just things you can't do with the PC. I agree. They complement one another. They do. But yeah, so Big Clue says, oh yeah, first time playing Status Pro, his then wife, who was a Cardinals fan, rolls 2 arrows by Ozzie Smith in the game. She throws the dice across the room and says, this game is unrealistic. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, Ken, I would say this. Yeah, you're right. So I think a lot of it with the dice chucking is that it's visceral. I mean, because you can play D&D online and all that stuff now. It's not as fun as getting people together. And again, right, you're rolling up characters, you're doing whatever. It's a blast. And that being said, I would say that at least Steve Tate and I have been having a blast doing head-to-head with Action PC. But yeah, I think Cards and Dice really speaks to that group, and I agree with you, Ken. But for me to... And for me, and it doesn't make it right, it's just what's right for me. For me to roll up a Cards and Dice game versus setting up anything or almost anything I can imagine in a digital game, I'm going to do that because that's me. But I love Cards and Dice, and I'm hoping that, you know, I mean, my girlfriend now, she's a bit of a baseball fan. So hopefully maybe I can get her into something. And there's nothing like playing cards and dice baseball with a hot chick. My ex-wife was a baseball fan, and we would play some cards and dice baseball, and it was fun. Especially when I won and could set certain conditions. Yeah, right. So if there were people to play live with here in his city, he said he'd play. He would do it yesterday. Yep. Yep. Ken, I'd like to go to one. Could you like maybe invite your cousin here too? Oh yeah. Well, it's not. Well, not really. I don't think it's a generational thing. I think it's more. And not a knock on Robbie. It's not a knock on Robbie. But Robbie, I think. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't want to knock Robbie. Robbie, have you ever played cards and dice baseball? Like, especially with a friend? Let me ask you that. How many people know that many sim geeks, though? All my buddies from college, but geez, Big Clue, we're like all over the damn world, literally. You know, so we'd have to all try to figure out where would be a center point on, you know, how would we geographically, where are we going to get together? You know, Bosnia? I don't think so. Okay, so, oh, I'd love it, Ken. So, you know, let me tell you, Robbie, my friend, you are missing out. You are really, really missing out. Cards and dice baseball is a blast. It's a blast, man. It really is. I've never gone to like the big tourneys that Ken has, but we would have like going on in our student union. We had a lot of people that, you know, we were all really hardcore baseball fans except one dude. But we actually got him into baseball through cards and dice, and it's so much fun. Yeah, the younger folk. So yeah, okay. To Ken's point, you're right. That the younger folk, that they're not seeing the ads in Baseball Digest or Sporting News. Yeah, it's very, very true. Oh, Lancaster, PA. Ken, if you're going, but isn't that around the time of the Cooperstown thing, though? Because Lancaster, Ken, I'm 40 minutes from Lancaster. Literally, 40 minutes drive from Lancaster. I would go. I would definitely go. I'll buy a damn copy of the game, and I'll create a team. I don't know, or I'll just go and watch. Yeah, Ken says he dog-eared the Sporting News app ad to death. Robbie, I would just say if you do ever get a chance to play cards and dice baseball, play it. It's fun. It really is fun. Oh, okay, cousin, thank you. I love cousin's hints, man. We gotta do a crowdfunding for World's Worst Gamer, damn it. We gotta do a crowdfunding for that young feller. But yeah, as far as the getting together, I miss it. I miss it. Thing that always I ran into, though, in cards and dice with me, if I was playing solo, is like, well, okay, I'm going to call a steal, but so I know when I'm managing against an AI, if the AI doesn't defend against that steal or the hit and run or run and hit or a sack or a squeeze, but I'm always thinking, okay, is it fair? I don't know. But again, it's been so long since I've played that I guess you can set rules or something for that. I don't know. It's been so long since I played cards and dice, I can't even bloody remember anymore. Maryland. Okay, I'm close to Maryland too. Jeez. May 6th, second annual Charm City Classic. Yeah, but you know what? Even if you do badly at a tournament, Robbie, it's just fun. Cousin Ken Castro's never been to a Magic the Gathering tournament then. They're big. They're a grind too, pal. So no, I feel you, because I've been to Magic the Gathering tournaments. Holy shit. You have to love it. And I do. But anyhow. Big clue. Half the time he would openly cheat against the AI. I remember figuring out that if I bunted with Lou Brock 100% of the time, and Tony La Russa too, he'd always bat 400 in a season. Well, the big exploit I found in Micro League Baseball is the hit and run. And it's so exploitable. When I play the game, I don't hit and run in Micro League Baseball because the success rate is something like 93, 94% of the time that your hit and run is going to work all the way around. Felt wrong, but I wasn't turning those runs down. Funny. Good stories. Oh yeah, I blame the game makers for not beta testing better. Ken Castro asking World's Worst Gamer what seasons he's looking for. Nice. Oh, you wish you'd liked Magic? I'd love it. And there's a way that you play against a really good AI or online, and it is free either way. And it's a program called, and I will type it in here because it's brilliant. And I'm going to be doing this more on my new YouTube channel, Forge. G-Puck, Cousin Ken says G-Puck and he played head-to-head back in December at a hobby shop. That would be so fun. Big Clue says I love Magic Gathering, but it's so damn expensive, and it's no fun unless the people you play with regularly generally play at the same level budget. So, Big Clue, play Forge. There, it's in there twice. You and I could play some online sometime. And I mean hundreds and hundreds of thousands of decks out there. I used to play paper Magic, and I just couldn't afford it anymore. Oh my God. In fact, when I came to America, I left about 20,000 Magic cards back across the pond, and some of them were worth a lot of money. Not a Black Lotus. Didn't have a Black Lotus, but I had a couple with a Power 9, and they're gone. Anyhow, World's Gamer says, he says, like so many seasons of baseball, isn't too far. It isn't hard to fit anything he like. So he doesn't like anything after the year 1994, though. Really, World's Worst Gamer is just going to say the Black Lotus. But if I had a Black Lotus, I wouldn't have a YouTube. Well, I'd have a YouTube channel, and I'd truly do what I wanted. Boy, I'd love to have me a Black Lotus. I want a Black Lotus, a Hannes Wagner T206, and what's that upside-down airmail stamp? I'd be fine. No, a Fabergé egg. Also, got to have a Fabergé egg. A Stradivarius would be nice. Even though I'm a keyboardist, just to have a Stradivarius. Ooh, yeah. Okay, then I'd be fine. Lots of APA fans he knows in Canada. Maybe they have ideas. Nice. Yeah, what up with Black Lotus, all the Moxes, what Time Walk, Ancestral Recalls, that another one. I had and World's Worst Gamer. I have a ton of those original dual lands. They're worth a nice chunk of change now. They're back across the pond. No way to get. There's no way I'm going to pay to have 21,000 Magic cards shipped here. I'll just play Forge. Big Clue says he wanted a Fabergé egg ever since seeing Octopussy in the theater. Boy, those things were beautiful, huh? Anyhow, I'm cutting into Robbie's time here. Holy shit. Sorry about that, Robbie. Alright, I'm supposing. Wizards Gamer says, don't feel too sorry for me as I have a PDF I can print off. Haven't gotten to it yet. Of course, there's another thing you can do too, but again, this would be playing into, or playing to Robbie. If you had the rules and everything, Uh, the APA has built into Baseball for Windows the actual cards are in there, and you can look at them. So there is that sort of, screen capturing and doing it digitally, but it's not the same thing as rolling the dice. I get it. So, yeah, write PDFs of all of your cards. There's an idea, Strat. I remember when Robbie showed that to me. That blew my mind. I'm like, what? So you can't. So Strat artificially creates, and it is artificially, right? Because you can get every season in their PC baseball game, but not in their cards and dice game. In their PC game, you get not only the entire season, but you don't have to pay for outliers, right? Fringe players, whatever. You get them. But yet, then what do? Every single Strat card is there for free. You bought the Strat basic game, and there's going to be somebody smart enough out there to be like, yep, going to do this. And the only thing you'd ever have to pay for Strat would be the basic board game, and you've got Strat. That blew me away when Robbie Wartburg showed that. I'm like, so they're giving away their game, essentially. And all the guys that are whinging and whining that they can't get 19XX season, it's like, yes, you can. So they just released the Japanese stars. Yep, compatible with Cuban stars, Negro, the baseball heroes for PC, but they don't make a card set of it. That Strat doesn't make any sense to me. And I know Mr. Utah Mike, if he ever listens in, he said, in our Discord, thanks for letting a Strat guy in there. I love Strat guys. What I don't get is the company that you guys support. I mean, it's goofy. It's just goofy. We're going to give you every season on the PC game. Every season. Of course, it's not out of the park baseball. You have to buy them. But we're going to give you every season. But for the cards today, sorry, that season's not available. And the Strat community is saying, yeah, it's available. Make it print on demand. Don't be idiots. I don't get it. I don't get it. Ken Castro says, Strat's hockey does not come with enough players to dress a modern-day National Hockey League team. You have to purchase the other two defensemen. So they're doing the same crap in hockey as they're doing in baseball. So if you want the outlier players in baseball, you got to pay extra. That's stupid. I don't think any other cards and dice company does that. APA gives you all the players. Inside Pitch gives you all the players. That's insane. So you have to purchase two defensemen so that you can... Wow. We should create a ring game and start our own company when it's community-centric. It's not rocket science. No. If we had a half-decent coder... I'm a graphic artist, and I can do some music. Have you and Steve doing the stats and the accuracy part of it, and we need somebody who can do a pretty good AI though. Big clue if we want to do an AI type game. But I mean, it would be fun. Some of the crap I see on Steam, why not? I think it'd be fun. So it comes with other bench players, but only 4 defense. That's shitty, man. That's totally shitty, though. Why would they do that? Just sell the damn season with every player. Just I don't know. But now, let's be fair. What about the encrusted idiots at APA when it comes to their digital baseball game? So what we're going to do is we're going to sell the game on a DVD, which of course now then we're too stupid to realize that DVDs aren't on modern PCs anymore. So now people have to go on Amazon and buy an external DVD ROM drive. And then I think what we'll do is we're going to put one ballpark on a CD. Just one ballpark, at most 200 megabytes file. Our seasons, we're going to give people the choice of either downloading them for $25 or for $40 on a CD, and it's the same freaking season. So I'm doing an APA bash now, man, for their digital products. And let's have our computer game be the master game, and you can get all these ballparks, but for APA Go, let's have it in one ballpark and make it the basic game. Idiots. Yeah, I know he doesn't care about baseball for Windows. I get it. I get it. I don't think I don't even know why they bothered buying the rights back to it, to be honest, but there you go. Too bad. It's a good baseball game. It's a really good baseball game. Is APA Go still the basic game? Big Clue says both Stratomatic and APA are living off legacy customers. If either operated this way in relatively new companies, they wouldn't survive. Agreed. I play baseball for Windows because it was the shit back in the day, and it was awesome, and it still is a very good baseball game. But yeah, if they started up now with their business models, they'd get eaten alive. Never mind with rising prices of printing, shipping, and supply chain problems. Digital is the way to go for profitability, accessibility. Exactly. So why doesn't Strat just grow a few more neurons? How about some myelination in the gray matter and say, why don't we do print on demand? People would buy them. I've been on Strat forums and they beg, we're really hoping that 19XX season is coming out this year. And whatever they're doing, wherever Strat is, Egypt's. Include the convention in 2019. Ken Castro says I saw guys writing checks for $500 and up all week long. Hoo. Ow. Yeah, what is it, $22 a month, Robbie, for APA Go? 4-day Sabre convention, Chicago this summer is only $300, not including hotel. Yeah, I've never been to a Sabre convention. I'd love to go to one. Well, the one Ken's talking about, Cooperstown, would be awesome. What a way to start in Sabre. Yeah. So APA Go is free if you want more teams. Do they still only have one ballpark? Because when I tried APA Go, there was only Great American Ballpark, and it was the basic game, and I'm like, why am I playing this when it... Why would I just for me, why would I pay what? Why would I pay that money, $200 and some a year? Anyhow, Sabre's first meeting, its founding, was in Cooperstown. Just 2 years after the Macmillan Encyclopedia was published. Not a coincidence. So I wouldn't want to put one Strat guy on the on the hot seat, but I'd love to get a couple of them and just ask them. Look, how do you guys feel? Be honest about Strat's business model. I'd love to hear from the Stratomatic players. What do you guys think of it? Honestly, this is not here to bash you. I'm just curious. You're supporting this game every year, despite their crap customer service and creating artificial supply and demand. Yeah, it is a fun game to play. There's Strat Cards and Dice is really fun. I've played it. It is fun. I have no trouble with the game, Big Clue. Not at all. It's the company I hate, not the game. I think Stratomatic Baseball Cards and Dice is superb. It is. It's such a good game. We just tended to gravitate more towards Status Pro and APA in college, but we played some Strat, and it was cool. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I just, it's a fun game. I agree with you. Ken says, Strat, first game he played, 3 months later, my life was altered. LOL. There's a definite rivalry between the two games. I don't know a lot of people that play both, like simultaneously. Oh, the summer trip to Appa, and that was it for Ken. Big Clue says he played Strat 3. He asked Ken, you played Strat 3 months before your wedding? Oh my god, this community is hilarious. You guys are hilarious. Love it. Oh well. You're confusing altered with ruined. I hope Mrs. Ken cannot hear me. Or hear you, because I'm reading your chat. Anyhow. Cousin Ken Castro. Cousin Ken Castro he's a veritable legend, man. He's a legend. What's this? Ooh, sorry, I gotta moderate that one. No offense, buddy, but I had to moderate that one, okay? That was a little bit... Ooh, wow. Okay. Yep. Yeah, no. Good move. Good move. That was not cool. That was not cool. Mm-hmm. Good job. I just moderated the comment, but big clue. Good call. I don't question my mods, man. It's all good. It's all good. I'm hoping Cousin Ken didn't see that comment. Of course, he's a moderator. He can actually view it. Don't view it, Ken. It was not cool. Here we go. He says 11:33 time for 1925. Game 3, Pirates and Senators. Go Bucks! Go Bucks. Senators trying to repeat the 1924 World Series champs. So, all right, guys. I think on that note, Big Clue, thank you. Seriously, thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. So I'm not sure how the timeout works, but I'll say this. If a comment like that is ever made again, you're gone. Don't ever say that again. That was bad. Don't do it again. Or better yet, don't come back if you think you're going to do it again. You cannot do that. That's not cool. And besides that, if that would have gotten through without Big Clue, not only is that an insult to my friend, YouTube would have smacked the crap out of this channel. Tell me I'm in purgatory and that some of this night didn't happen, please. Yeah. Well, again, ID Jester and the epic rant of Strat PC Baseball. Purgatory doesn't exist. You're good. Yeah, I am Eastern Orthodox. That's right. But what if I become Byzantine Catholic? Then it does exist. See how that works? Jeez. Oh my God. Jester was like almost apoplectic. It was beautiful. It was a thing to behold. Yeah, well, it is, isn't it, Big Clue? Because Byzantine Catholics are pretty much. I mean, if you didn't know what they believed, right? You walk. The only way you would know you're in a Byzantine Catholic church, there are two clues. The first one is you will see a Vatican flag, and the second one is the right for the prayers, they will include the Patriarch of Rome. You take away that prayer and that Vatican flag, and without all the all the other stuff, but you were just looking, it's the same divine liturgy, all that. But you know all that. You would not know. In fact, if you see The Deer Hunter, if you've seen the movie The Deer Hunter, a friend of mine who's a priest, Father Stephen. Because part of the movie was shot in Clairton, Pennsylvania, but parts of it were also shot in Cleveland. The external shots of the church that they do in The Deer Hunter is an Orthodox church in a neighborhood in Cleveland. The interior wedding scene is a Byzantine Catholic church that's in Pittsburgh. Yeah, great game, huh? Oh, yeah, so Ken Castro saying, don't forget to read this week's Substack story and drop a like. I got to get caught up, cousin. Thank you. Work's been killing me, man. Beatles will tell you he took 2 years off, and the struggle was difficult to get back into this. He did take 2 years off. He really, really did. And having Ken back is just, yeah. And so you guys understand what the earlier rant was about. And Ken, when you apologized, you had nothing to apologize for. So, but yeah, I mean, everybody is awesome in this channel. But I'll tell you this: when Ken Castro is not at one of my broadcasts, I know it. I feel it. He's not here. Like, we finished the 1912 series the other day, and Ken wasn't here. And he has been with me from the beginning, and then, Robbie, of course, later. But Ken, in those first 2 years, there were nights I did games. Right? No, I know. And it's not going to happen again, Ken. Believe me. It is not going to happen again. But anyhow, let me just something real quick here. Little bromance, but whatever. There were nights I remember streaming from back across the pond, and Ken was the only person, and he was there all the time. He's been with me through this crazy thing since the beginning, and has taught me so much, not only about baseball, but, Ken, he truly is, and he's gonna, he likes to play the scoundrel and all that, but you know what, a generally good guy, not only through his writing, but his son is quite a writer, too, gets it honestly. We are learning. Yeah, we're all learning. But that said, you're one of the people now. Big Clue, also Big Clue. Clinton Parks, of course, even when he's cranky. But I look up to you guys as historians of this game. I consider you guys, even though you will all say, you and Big Clue and Clinton, that you guys are still learning. I look to you guys as historians in this community. I really do. I think another guy that would be like that would be Anthony. Bleacher Bums Gaming, seriously. Anthony's good. When you guys say something, it's like I'm hearing it from you guys. Any one of you guys could do John Thorne's job and do it well. I really mean that. And I think you guys are up there with other historians as well, like Neft and all those guys. I mean that. I'm not an ass kisser, man. I am not. I really, really look up to you guys. Big Clue drops the bomb, baby. Big Clue says Anthony isn't a historian just because he's old enough to remember the dead ball era. Big Clue, dude, let me tell you what. You ever seen the guns on Anthony? Make sure that you are not in the same state when you say that. Nah, Anthony's a good guy. He takes the piss on me a little bit because I'll go Irish on him every once in a while. When he's like, "You do know I'm a British citizen." I said, "Yeah." Anthony's a good guy. Oh my God. It's the beautiful bald head that confuses you. He's great. I just wish he'd get the damn baseball game out. Oh my God. I'm glad you're territorial, cousin. Oh, everybody in your household knows us by name. Uh-oh. Robbie Wartburg says, I look at this channel as a family and no one should come in and no one's going to mess it up, dude. It's going to be fine. Not a boxing fan in one of his 23 wish list games. Glory Days. Yeah. I want to buy Glory Days boxing too. I do like some boxing. But what I don't get about Anthony, I don't get it, and I love Anthony, is this. He says, "Hey, paisan. Hey, ¿cómo está?" He says, listening to Big Clue the other night. Yeah. We have to get Big Clue on again. Steve Tate. You know what I'd love to get, seriously? Some night, what would be absolutely freaking brilliant is I want to get Ken Castro and Big Clue on, man. And we could just freaking talk baseball. I'd love to have these two guys on. I would just listen to them talk baseball. If they would let me interview them, because, Jesus. So my girlfriend's like that too. So Big Clue says, he says, my wife asked me today, who were you talking to the other night? You'd never talk to people after work. And I said, baseball pals. And she just goes, oh, and left it at that. Like, please don't tell me anymore. World's Worst Gamer. The comment you made was not cool. So I moderated it. Big Clue did what he did. Please don't say that again. You may have said it jokingly, but you crossed a line. Okay? Don't do that again, please. You know why you were timed out. I moderated your comment. No. No. It was not a joke. Don't do it. Please don't push. Please don't push. Okay? The other problem is, dude, the other problem is this, World's Worst Gamer. It's a tiny channel, but YouTube's going to look like something like that, and if I would have let that go through, not only would my friend have been hurt by that comment, because that was not cool. No, you were moderated because you said something. Dude, you're pushing. Please don't push. That comment was moderated because it was that was not cool. You would say something like that to me about my yeah? No, That's my friend. We're all friends here, and that includes you, man. Some jokes are not right. Please don't do that again. I'm asking you, please. I want you to keep coming around. I want you to be part of this community. I realize you go to other communities where you get all fired up and angry. You say this is a place to relax. You have a girlfriend, you have a wife, and somebody said that. You really would laugh? That was not cool. No, I don't have this. This is set up not safe for kids. But I moderated you because that wasn't cool. But YouTube could look at that and say, whoa. I'm not here to be antagonistic, but this is my channel. And this is our community. Yeah, you would have laughed. Well, guess what? Nobody else did. That was uncalled for. If you don't like the rules, you can leave. Seriously, I'm not trying to be a shithead about this. I am not. I moderated your comment, and Big Clue put you in a timeout for 5 minutes to think about things. We bench jockey here. We do tease each other. But we don't bring in shit about, we don't do that shit about wives and stuff. That's not cool. Please don't do it again. If you want to leave, that is your thing. I would rather you stay. I like you. I like the fact that you're into baseball. But you got to that was uncool, man. And I'm not attacking you as a person. I'm attacking you. World's Worst Gamer, you know what? Until really after tonight, I'm going to be honest with you, and whether the rest, Big Clue is saying no harm, no foul, but you know what? I'm going to say this. If you want to come on here and make it a sounding board, I'll invite you to my new YouTube channel, and you can sound off all you want. Not here. I mean it. I like you. I am not attacking you as a person. What you said is what I'm attacking. And that's why you got moderated, and that's why you got put into timeout. I hid your comment, and Big Clue did his job as a moderator and put you in timeout. Well, I'm not going to talk on Discord right now because I'm on here. It's up to you what you want to do as far as coming to this channel. I mean it. Please, please don't push me. Because I'll tell you what, if somebody would say something that would be that I would feel would be insulting to you, I would be smacking them over the head too. We're supposed to be friends. Besides, you were the one giving me the big all the time. I come here to relax. You don't say that about somebody doing something with their wife. You don't do that, dude. That's bad form. Bad form. No, that was not adult talk. Jesus, you know what? Seriously, that was not just adult talk. That was not cool. How can you not? Go scroll back. Well, actually, you can't. You were moderated out. That wasn't cool. Nobody ever talked about, oh, hey, this dude was banging his wife or whatever else, or this and that, or his girlfriend. Come on. There's adult talk, but there's crossing a line. We're a community here. And whatever other rooms you go to, channels, that's cool. Jesus Christ, I didn't say that. I didn't say no sex jokes in the channel, but you leave members out of it. You leave subscribe. This is a family. Seriously, I'm not getting in a pissing match with you. I won't. And my finger's on the trigger. It's up to you whether you want to stay or not now. I'm not fucking around. I like you as a person. I think you're a smart baseball fan. Don't try me. I swear to you, do not try me. You guys think it's easy going Beatles eternally. Don't ever cross that fucking line again. I mean it. Anybody crosses that line, you're gone. And troll my channel, that wouldn't be smart either. I hope you're not like that. I want you to come in here and relax, have fun, and joke. You can joke about sex. I'm not a prude. But you don't talk about family members in here like this. This is a family. And the man that you made that comment about has been with me since the beginning of this channel. And I'm going to have my say. Nights that I was over there across the pond and one person watching these games and has taught me about game and showing me, I'll tell you about the way I grew up. I didn't have a strong male presence. My father's a double murderer, child molester, the whole thing. That man and that comment that you made was so uncool. It showed me what a good person is. And I think you're a good person, and you fucked up. You fucked up. And I hope you do get it, because I don't want to boot you out of here. I do not. I like you. I mean that. In fact, before you came in, I said, man, I wish World's Worst Gamer was here. We're doing a Yankees game. Everybody's chat's damn quiet. I'm not asking anybody to be quiet. I'm not. But I'm not going to tolerate shit when it gets personal like that to a member like that. And yeah, I'm giving you a dressing down because you're apparently not seeing. You're not seeing why that comment was wrong. At the end of the day, World's Worst Gamer, I'll tell you this. This little tiny channel could get shut down. What pisses me off? No, it was. It was personal in the way that you said, this happened, this happened, this happened. Not cool. Might have been funny. Maybe Ken might have laughed. But you know what? I don't think so. Apparently we do. You should ask my stepkids about that big clue. Alright. I love all you guys. I do. I mean it. Including you, World's Worst Gamer. I truly do. Yeah. Thank you. And yeah. And I came out with my mea culpa 3 weeks ago. I let shit go south. Okay? And a couple people that were close to me let me know that and woke me the hell up. That's why last night I said, let's just have our minute of silence for Syria and Turkey. Alright? So we all fuck up. And we all will again. What I want for this channel is for guys to just come in and just talk baseball. And have some fun. My anger isn't about the channel, okay? My anger was that the comment was not cool. I would rather lose this channel than lose my friendship with these people, including you, my friend. I would rather lose my YouTube channel than lose the friendships that I've created here, because you guys are like my family. I'm tired when I get home from work. I have a hard job. And you know what I think about? I get home, I talk to my lady for a little bit. I'm on here because I want to do some baseball. I know you didn't mean it maliciously. That's why you're still here. Okay? I hope you understand that. I know you didn't mean it maliciously. What were we fight? What? The center field thing? Holy shit, if you think that was a big clue in me having a fight, dude, you've never seen a fight. I misread what he said, and it was fine. He's like, oh, yeah, getcha. People were fighting. We bench jockey here. Come on, dude. Right? Oh, I know it wasn't malicious, but it wasn't cool. Let's let it go now, please. It's done. You're here. Yep. You're done. You're here. You're cool. You're the one that didn't want the wrench anymore. If you ever want it again, you can have it. You choose not to be a moderator, that's your choice, but you can always have it back. You're the one that wanted it taken away, so I respected your wishes. But I like you. I love all you guys. I do. Let's try to end this on a happy note. All right, it's forgotten. It's done. That comment is way back. I know you didn't mean it to be malicious. All right. So Robbie Wartburg, I'll just update you guys with what's going on really quickly, and then everybody's going to go to Robbie's house. I have early day tomorrow, so I can't, unfortunately. Happy Little writing Dave Parker. I wish. I wish. What's the old saying? That'll happen in the reign of Queen Dick. Right? That old British saying. Ken Castro told Clinton that he almost lost in the Greavy single-handedly a few weeks ago. Today we talk all day long with concern for each other. Yeah. The Cubs and Bears says, I've been known to use colorful comments, but I'm a firm believer. Thank you, the Cubs and Bears. If I inadvertently offend, he should slap my hands and then we move on. I don't mind off color. I've made all kinds of off color jokes. Oh my god. Let me see. Big Clue says his Major League Baseball mandated offenses be moved back 30 feet across the board. Oh my god. Nobody thinks you're a moron, World's Worst Gamer. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. All right. So on the channel, we are set up for the 1935 and 1929 pivotal games and World Series replay. So you guys saw how we set it up, and we sort of auto-played those games. So each series now stands at 3-1. The Cubs on the short end of the stick in both series, 29 and 35. So that's for the games on Sunday night. Should anybody want to come in, I hope you will. Sponsored by Cousin Ken Castro, who said way earlier, somebody came down, I wasn't on one night, and a member of his family said, no Beatles tonight. Oh my god, that cracked me up. I did not miss that. No, you're fine. The corn stuff is fine. That's fine. It really is. Ken, stop putting shit on your shoulders. You're fine. And World's Worst Gamer, man, he gets it, and it's all good. It's fine. It's over. All right. So the Heresy League, I think the guys are like, oh, Heresy League, Heresy League, Heresy League. It was fun. So I think I'm going to rename. I'm going to keep that league because it's fun. I like it. That decade team. So I'm going to switch it around, and I think it's going to be, which will cause some controversy. I'm going to pick a player from that team, and I'm going to rename the Heresy Baseball League. It was fun, though. It was fun. What time? Let's see. I would say... No, you can't... No, there's no way. You cannot do a ball game. That's it. Somebody put Big Clue in moderation here. What the hell? How the hell can you call a ball game with... You can't. Oh, that's it. Okay, watch this shit. Okay, so I'm going to do my power here. Watch this. All right. Hey, Big Clue, why don't you type something there, big guy? What do you say? Just go ahead. Go ahead. Type something once. He's not wanting to type something. We're waiting for Big Clue to type something. He can just say hello. You can say Lloyd Wainer is the best center field. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I got 2 surprises for you, Big Clue. He's waiting. He's like, what the hell? There we go. Looky at your name there, Big Clue. Now, you notice that you're not a moderator anymore, Big Clue. Do you see that? Because of your supreme blasphemy. Oh man, he's going after me. Yeah, you don't look like a Smurf anymore. Now I'm going to really mess with you. Guess what? Now type something again, and you're going to see the wrench, but there's a difference. Now you're a managing moderator, Big Clue. So I've given that to a few people. This gives you a little bit more power, actually even more power. Okay, so I'm really. So the few guys here that are managing moderators are really depending on you guys, big time. So you have more. You can do more things now as a managing moderator. Something new that YouTube's done. So I'm gonna. I know, Ken. What can I say, though? I mean, as much as Big Clue is a bit of an idiot, he's a brilliant dude, and he loves heresy. Although, what he said about the Beatles, we are going to have a dust-up. Oh my God, he said, I'd say more power goes to my head, but this may not be the time for innuendo. Oh my God, come on. So, World's Worst Gamer, there was one night, I think you were here, and I don't know why it happened, right? Because you know how you say it's grounded deep into the hole, right? And it's short, and it was the McGreevy League, and Wagner plays shortstop for Robbie's team, and I said Wagner takes it deep in the hole, and I lost it. So come on, and it was funny, and it was so the hell. Anyhow. It's, oh my God, I don't even know. This is, so the other thing, Big Clue, let me tell you something. This is why I couldn't help it, dude. I think I even muted the mic for a second. It's like one of those things, you go to church or you go to a funeral or something, and you just bust out laughing. And I mean, it really wasn't that funny, but I just lost it. That Wagner takes it deep in the hole. I'm saying it right now, and I'm fine. But for that night, Big Clue, there's another. I'm going to give you another reason why I respect you, dude. I hate the Mets, and I just made you a managing moderator in here. Go with it. Done that before a few times and had to leave. Was getting dirty looks from the preacher. Monkeys over the Beatles is like picking the Archies over the Stones. Cubs the Bears. See? Big Clue. But see, Doug, Cubs the Bears, what you don't... Well, I'm not sure if you know this. I made the mortal... This was the absolute huge error. I told Steve Tate that I hate AC/DC. So now every time Steve Tate and I are doing a head-to-head, whether he's in this channel or I'm in his, he always has to get an AC/DC jag in there. So Big Clue picks up on this, and not only did he talk about the Beatles, but he says you'd think a guy who made a channel like that was thunderstruck in caps, so hitting with the big ACD song title, which happens to be an ACDC song I actually like, but yep. Sharing the love. Ken Castro says, Carrier Kyler and your leadoff spot tonight against Dutch Ruther. I'd lead off with Kyler. And Big Clue says Carey because he's a contrarian. That's, wow. That's a tough choice. I would probably go with Kai though. But what the hell do I know? You guys know more about this game than me. Robbie, where are you? Are you here, Robbie Wartburg? Because World's Worst Gamer is right, cutting into your time now. Where are you, dude? Robbie Wartburg. Okay, Robbie Wartburg is going to be doing Federal League 1914. So thank you guys, everybody. My thanks to Robbie Wartburg, to our new managing moderator, Big Clue, to Cousin Ken Castro, who, yeah, the Cubs, the Bears. I don't have any. Run out of words for Cousin Castro. What can I say, Cousin Ken? Now I have to start over because Big Clue said something. So my thanks to Big Clue, Robbie Wartburg, Cousin Ken Castro, the Cubs, the Bears, World's Worst Gamer. And I always say thank you to Midlife Crisis, even though he's not here. Midlife Crisis. Because he gave me shit one night because I forgot to thank him when he was here. To mi paisano, Pib99, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? So hopefully you're doing well, Pib99, who probably didn't hang out for the Beatles goofiness here. What else? I think that's it. We had a small but lively bunch tonight. We did, and I appreciate it. And the chat only goes back to the end of the ball game, so I don't remember who the hell else was here. Oh, Clee Baseball Fan 879 was here. I remember that. All right. Robbie Wartburg. Thank you to Cubs to Bears. All right, and okay, Steve Tate. Really, Steve? Take care, Pib. So before I run, Steve Tate comes in at the very end, just to let us know he's alive. Hey, dude, I heard you went live today, and Big Clue says you're up to 150 players. You're an animal. All right, guys, we'll see you next time around the batting cage. Robbie Wartburg with 1914 Federal League on his channel. All right, guys, take care. See you around the batting cage, and thank you one and all. I really mean that.